You are a calm and graceful presence. Oh, gosh. Get tea. No fortunes. Oh,
I don't understand what people see in tea. How could they not prefer coffee? But I suppose just as there are cat people and dog people, so too are there tea people and coffee people.
And listening people and talking people. That's Kate Prescott. She's your assignment.
She doesn't look like she needs an angel.
She doesn't. Right now, she needs a friend. Later on, she's going to need an angel. And you're going to have to do both.
I don't see Kate.
She'll be here. This is where she spends her days.
What kind of a trial is this?
A sweet girl got murdered in her own home.
Oh, Tess, no.
The evil that men can do. That's the victim's father there.
Poor man.
He's a victim, too. In this case, baby, we got a lot of victims.
What do you mean?
excuse me.
Oh, hello.
Is that seat taken?
Oh, no, not at all.
Must be very hard for him.
Yes.
Hi, Mom.
When you walk down the road, heavy burden, heavy load, I will rise and I will walk with you. I'll walk with you till the sun don't even shine. Walk with you every time. I tell you, I'll walk with you. Walk with you. Believe me, I'll walk with you.
Dr. Hayes, based on your examination, were you able to establish the cause of death?
Yes, 2 bullet wounds to the upper torso, .22 caliber. One was superficial in the shoulder area, the other pierced the heart. Death was instantaneous.
And did you notice anything unusual about the path of the bullets?
Objection. Your Honor, the prosecution is leading the witness.
He's an expert witness. I'll allow it.
Yes, there was something unusual. The bullets had a severely downward trajectory.
And that told you what?
That either the perpetrator was 15 feet tall or the victim was on her knees when she was killed.
On her knees? Like she was begging for mercy?
Objection.
Withdrawn.
The jury will disregard Mr. Reynolds' last question.
Mr. Page, what was your relationship to the deceased?
She was my daughter.
Would you please tell the jury what happened on the night of April 4th of this year?
Megan had come home from college. It was a surprise. She had a long weekend and she had decided to spend it with me. She made dinner. Just the 2 of us. And she wanted to talk. Not about anything, just be together and talk. But I wanted to get some ice cream. So she cleared and I went out to get it. I was gone about half an hour. And as I pulled into the driveway, I saw somebody coming out of the house. His back was turned to me, but when my headlights hit him, he turned around and I saw his face. Then he ran away. And I saw the door was open. And I ran into the house.
Megan! Megan!
And she was lying there,
Megan!
And there was a lot of blood. And I tried to put something over the wounds. But there was too much blood.
Mr. Page, the man who you saw outside your house, do you see him in the courtroom today?
It was him. He killed her.
Objection?
Sustained, Mr. Page. Only answer the questions that you're asked.
I saw him in my house. His footprints were there. He killed her.
Your Honor, this is extremely prejudicial.
Jury will disregard.
No, don't disregard. He killed her.
Order. Order. Bailiff, please remove Mr. Page from the courtroom.
He killed her, I'm telling you. He did it. He killed my daughter. There's no doubt about it.
Order
He's
in the
one
courtroom.
who did it. He's the one.
This court is adjourned until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Members of the jury are reminded not to discuss this case amongst yourselves or anyone else.
I'm sorry. This must be very difficult for you.
Tommy.
Mom.
You heard him. She was on her knees, begging for her life. I saw him with my own eyes. The police caught him in the woods next to my house. How much more evidence do you need? You know he's been in prison 3 times? He has to be put away for good. How could you raise a human being like that?
Prescott, has your son ever discussed the crime with you?
Is it true that your ex-husband was an abusive father?
Has the DA asked you to take the stand?
Stand back, please, and give her some space. Come with me. I know a way out. This way.
Please, one stand. Mrs. Prescott.
Excuse me.
It's locked. Wonder how that happened.
My name is Monica.
Well, look, Monica, my Thomas has been in plenty of trouble. He's no saint, but he's never hurt anyone. And he never would hurt anyone. Make sure you print that.
Print it? Print it where?
In your newspaper.
Oh, no. I'm not a reporter. I'm a stranger.
Reporters I tolerate. Strangers I ignore completely.
Is this seat taken?
Yes.
It's a public bus, honey. You come on, and you can sit wherever you wish. How are we today, Mrs. Prescott?
Can't complain. It wouldn't do any good anyway.
Look, please, I'm on a schedule here. Who's your friend?
Don't have any friends.
I'm Monica.
Hi, Monica. I'm Mrs. Angeli. That's like Angel, but there's an I at the end.
Hello.
Mrs. Prescott and I, we go way back, don't we, Mrs. Prescott?
Way back to 3 weeks ago.
Ever since she began coming to court. It's a tough day, I heard. You all right?
I'm all right. Thanks. What's the word on the street?
You don't want to know.
That's all right. I already know. The papers, all of them say that he's guilty. I mean, they haven't even heard his defense yet.
What's his defense?
That he didn't do it. Please don't.
Officer Bolton, after you responded to the 911 call, did you apprehend a suspect in the woods surrounding the Page home?
Yes, I did.
Do you see that man in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Would you please point him out?
This gentleman sitting at the defense table there.
Let the record show that he has identified the defendant, Thomas Prescott. Your witness?
Officer, do you agree with the prosecution's theory for the motive in this crime?
Yes, it was a burglary that went wrong.
And what makes you believe that?
The victim's purse was stolen, which contained some cash and credit cards. There's some jewelry missing as well. Several rings, an ID necklace, bracelets.
Thank you. That's in the record. Now, on the night that you arrested Mr. Prescott, Was he in possession of the victim's purse?
Well, no, but they usually don't hang on to...
Just answer the question yes or no, officer.
No purse.
Was he in possession of the stolen jewelry?
No.
Were there any traces of gunpowder on his hands?
No.
Was there any blood on his clothing?
No.
Nothing further.
Your Honor.
Prosecution may redirect.
Officer Bolton, is it possible to fire a handgun and not leave gunpowder residue on your hand?
Sure, if he's wearing gloves and he dumps them afterwards.
Objection, speculation?
Overruled. You open the door, Counselor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Officer, how would you describe the terrain around the Page home?
It's a heavily wooded area.
Did the police conduct a thorough search for evidence in that area?
Yeah, but it would take 100 men all year to look everywhere.
So, in your opinion, it would be possible for someone to hide evidence in that wooded area that would not be found?
Very possible.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Prescott, how far do you live from the woods where the officer arrested you?
Not far, ma'am, about a mile.
And were you in those woods last April 4th?
Yeah. I couldn't sleep that night, so I went for a walk. I like to go to the woods, because there's nobody out there, you know? I can be alone, and think about things, and... Well, all of a sudden, I heard a bunch of shots, and... They sounded like they were real close by. And I wanted to make sure no one was in trouble, so I looked into it, and all I could see in a quick flash in the moonlight was someone, but I couldn't see their face. And I looked, I saw a man coming out of that house, and he was wearing a green hunting cap, and he was carrying a woman's purse. And I looked over, and the door was open, and I walked right in. And when I walked inside, that girl was on the floor in a pool of blood. And I was scared. Any man would have been. And I didn't know who else was there, or I just was trying to get out of there. And next thing I remember, you know, somebody pulled up and started yelling. I ran.
Mr. Prescott, did you kill Megan Page?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Your witness?
Well, tell me something, Mr. Prescott. You frequently go walking at night all dressed in black?
No, sir, it's just what I had on, that's all.
Don't you usually wear black clothes when you're committing crimes?
Your Honor? Mr. Reynolds, you know better than that.
I apologize. I withdraw the question.
He does not have a regular job. He works part-time at a gas station. He goes for walks in the woods, just to get away from the world. You may see someone who does not fit your idea of a model citizen. But most importantly, you did not see him, nor did anyone else see him commit this crime. He was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. The fact is, the prosecution has failed to meet their burden of proof. They have given you no physical evidence that links Thomas with this crime. And without that evidence, you are compelled by law to find Thomas Prescott not guilty.
Look, the defendant admits he was there. He was in the house. And a person gets scared and they run because they're guilty, not because they're innocent. And just because he's hidden this gun in a place where it can't be found does not mean he didn't commit this crime. We know who killed Megan Page, and it wasn't somebody in a green hunting cap. It was Thomas Prescott. And it's time for you to tell this man that you know it too. Your Honor?
Order. Order. All right, Mr. Prescott, that's enough. Let's get to the jury instructions so they can begin deliberations.
Waiting out a verdict like this, my heart goes out to you and that poor Mr. Page.
Thank you. I am sorry about his daughter, too. Very sorry. But my Thomas has had nothing to do with this.
I didn't mean to say that. Yes, I don't know how to be her friend. I'm not even sure that she needs me.
You take it from old Tess, baby. Tomorrow, when that verdict comes in, Kate is gonna need you plenty.
Mr. Foreman, have you reached a verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mrs. Prescott, remember, there's always the Court of Appeal.
But he's not guilty, Monica. I don't care what anybody thinks. He is not guilty.
Mr. Foreman, have you all agreed on your verdict?
Yes, Your Honor. We have.
Will the defendant please rise for the verdict? Mr. Foreman, please read the verdict.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Thomas Prescott, not guilty.
Order! Order! I will have order in this courtroom. Order! 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 I'd like to thank the jury for their time. Mr. Prescott, you're free to go. Court is adjourned.
The reaction to the Prescott verdict continues at this hour. Angry protesters are still picketing outside the courthouse, carrying signs saying, "Doubt Thomas," and "Murdering women is a crime." Meanwhile, the jury's foreman spoke out about the verdict.
The jury was not allowed to know about his past burglary arrests. I mean, if we had, well, who knows? I mean, most of us felt he probably did it, but there were some questions. And as you know, it's guilt beyond reasonable doubt. We just couldn't do it. But we don't feel that great about it.
Not guilty. Not. Hello? Hey, Bill, what's going on, man? Yeah, no, I was just about to call you about my schedule. No, Joe, look, just take you to a stinking gas station job and just... Hello? Yeah, who's this now? Oh, yeah, this is the killer, yeah. Yeah, no, this is the killer. Yeah, why don't you come over here right now and I'll kill you, okay? Okay, yeah,
Mrs. Prescott! Word on the street is that Leonard Page is getting the whole town up in arms. Thomas is not guilty. People need to get over it. No kidding.
I really admire the way you're handling this. Living with Thomas must be very difficult.
He wasn't always like this. He was a happy boy. Oh, with these real bright eyes. He never had a father. What a bum. So he started hanging out with older kids. They decide to steal a car one night, and so Thomas goes along with it. You know how kids do. So they send him straight to juvenile hall, which was supposed to straighten him up. But when he came out of there, he was different. His eyes weren't bright anymore. They were cold, hard, you know? And they haven't been bright since. Oh, no.
We had evidence in this case that was far beyond...
Get out of here!
There he is! There he is!
Tommy! Oh, Tommy! No! Tommy, stop! Awesome! Thomas! Thomas, get in the house! Get in the house! Tom, go inside! Inside now! Go home, everybody! Go home! Go away! Go home, everybody!
Ma, who is she?
Oh, she is my friend, Monica.
I don't know her.
We met at court. She was the only person willing to sit next to me.
Hello, Thomas.
Ma, you don't know why she's being so friendly. Maybe she's wired. Maybe I should frisk her.
Thomas, this is my guest. Now, what were you doing out there?
I was just trying to get rid of them out there.
Why didn't you call the police?
I did.
And?
They laughed. You think they're gonna help me? They think they're the ones that are not safe? I'm the one who's not safe.
There! That's the violence Thomas Prescott is capable of on a moment's notice. The justice system does not work. That's right. We all have to defend ourselves because the system won't defend us. That's right. It's too late for my daughter. Do you want yours to be next? No! We're not safe in our homes while this killer is free. Do you want to live next door to a killer? No!
Father, there are a lot of fired up people here that need to be cooled down. Whatever you'll do will be greatly appreciated.
Then do something about it!
That's a nice touch.
Look, they're running away. They're going.
It's not going to rain forever, Thomas.
Yes, can I please have the number of Channel 6 News?
I'm here with Kate Prescott, mother of acquitted murder suspect Thomas Prescott. Mrs. Prescott, why did you request this interview?
Well, Thomas has been found not guilty. Now, everyone leave him alone. Please, leave us alone.
May we speak to your son?
He's not here.
Where is he?
Well, I'm not going to tell you. He has been through enough. Tommy has had problems in his life like anybody else, but he never hurt that poor girl. He has never, ever hurt anyone. There is absolutely no evidence that my son did anything wrong. People, just want someone to blame. The police haven't even bothered to look for the man in the green hunting cap. See, Tommy could never do this. He couldn't. He wouldn't. I know my son.
Morning. No Mrs. Prescott, huh?
No, I haven't seen her.
I'm not surprised. Word on the street is she doesn't want to show her face.
I'm worried about Kate. Seeing Thomas in the woods last night, I'm not sure what to make of it.
Don't make anything of it. That's not what you're here for.
Am I not here to help my assignment?
Of course you are, but you remember this. The truth will set you free. The truth will set everybody free. But that does not mean it's going to drop in your lap. You got to find it first.
Now that Mrs. Prescott has broken her silence to defend her son, what is your response?
Well, it's sad. She has to believe he's innocent because otherwise she'd have to ask herself what part she played in raising a killer. She can't ask herself that. It's too terrible, so she has to believe he's innocent, no matter what the facts are.
If you could say anything to Mrs. Prescott right now, what would it be?
I'd tell her that your son is a killer. I know it, he knows it, the whole town knows it. We want him out, now. Don't make things worse than they already are. People are angry enough to do almost anything. Nobody wants to see you get caught in the way.
Thank you, Mr. Page. We're done. I just need to do a quick stand-up out front. We'll be out of here in 10 minutes.
Sure, whatever you need to do is fine.
Thanks.
You want to take him to the driveway, or yeah, I'll cross the street so you can see the whole house.
Hello, Mr. Page.
I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
I got a message for you.
Oh, from the police?
No, it's from God.
God.
Seeing as how you're a man who thinks only his view is right, I know you're going to have trouble with this concept. But listen to me here. In this world, there are two kinds of judgment. God's judgment and man's judgment.
I'm sorry, what?
Man has judged Thomas Prescott with the only system it has, the legal system.
Which is not a perfect system.
Of course not. It's operated by man. But man has spoken. And whether you like it or not, the verdict is what it is. And the only judgment still left to be made is God's judgment.
Are you crazy? Are you saying he should walk away free?
I assure you that God's judgment is more just than you can imagine. And whoever killed your daughter is gonna have to answer to him.
No. Whoever killed my daughter is going to have to answer to me.
What do you want, Mr. Page? Justice or revenge?
What's the difference?
The difference is that one of them is right, and the other one is wrong.
Is this woman with you? This woman who's in here, is she with you because it...
Well, I'm sorry, I don't care about that. Sir, it's a take it or leave it deal, okay? You will. Okay, thank you. Yes. Ma, I just sold the store to one of those TV shows. 10,000 bucks.
You did what?
Why shouldn't I? I lost my job for no reason. Okay, I'm on the TV all the time now. They're making money off of us. We need the money.
This will only make things worse. They want to hate you, Tommy. And you keep giving them reasons to.
Mom, listen.
Stop giving them reasons.
Mom, listen, please relax. I've got it completely under control.
You all right, dear? Yeah, I think so. But you know, I felt like I got hit.
He tried to kill me. He tried to kill all of us.
Leonard Page is after my son. He's never gonna leave us alone.
May I make a suggestion?
Mr. Page, I'm as unhappy about being here as you are about having me here.
I doubt that, Mrs. Prescott.
2 hours ago, someone fired a gun into my home. They tried to kill us.
Well, if you're suggesting I had anything to do with that, you're wrong.
I don't think you actually pulled the trigger, but you might just as well have. Now, what is it that you want?
I want your son dead. Since I can't have that legally, I want him the hell out of this town.
We're not gonna move. You leave us alone.
Like your son left my daughter alone?
The jury said not guilty.
The jury was wrong.
Look. Look at my daughter, Mrs. Prescott. Take a real good look at her.
Look at her. This is what was taken away from me.
She was very beautiful.
She was my life.
I know why you need to find the person who did this.
I have found him.
You have the wrong man. Now, no matter how much you hate him, he didn't do it.
No matter how much you love him, he did.
You going out tonight?
Yeah. I'm stuck inside all day.
Okay, but be careful, all right? No, leave the dishes. I'll do them.
I picked this up this afternoon.
Oh?
Just a little something to say thanks for hanging in there with me.
Oh, well, thank you. I thought you stayed in today.
Whatever. Read it, will you?
All right. You're my favorite girl. Love, Thomas. Aw.
Mom, this goes with it.
What? Oh, this is beautiful. But you can't afford this.
Don't worry about that, Mom. You deserve it.
Okay, go on. Go out. Have some fun.
I'll see you later, Mom.
Okay. And then I thought, what is the guitar doing out of its case? So I opened the case, and there it was. I feel like such a fool.
Oh, Kate, there's nothing you could have done.
You can't say that. I am the one who raised him. No, I thought I taught him right from wrong. Oh, I defended him to everybody. No, my son would never do anything like that. He's a good boy. Well, he's not. He's not a good boy. He's a criminal.
Hey, Ma. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Ma, some jerk started a fight in the bar, and I'm sitting there minding my business the whole time. He threw me out. What's wrong?
You tell me the truth about that night.
I told you the truth.
Stop lying!
You searched my room?
You gave me Megan Page's jewelry as a gift!
Ma, you don't understand.
I understand that you killed that girl!
No, she was dead already!
Liar! Liar!
Ma, I did lie. But not about that, Ma. I was in the woods that night, but I was just looking for something to steal, Ma. Nothing big. Just something to make a couple bucks on. And then I heard these shots. So I went to look and see what was going on. And I saw this guy with a green hat, and he was running. He ran right by me. So I went inside, Ma. And I was just looking around. And then I saw the girl. She was just lying there, Ma. Lifeless. And then I was gonna call 911. But then I saw the jewelry. I don't know, Ma. I just had to take it. I don't even know why. By the time I got out of there, the father came home, so I left. That's it, Ma. I swear that's the truth.
Well, I don't believe you.
Ma!
Don't call me that anymore.
Ma!
No more. No.
I thought you believed me.
I used to.
She didn't believe me.
Can you blame her? No one believes you, Thomas. How could you do it? And how could you do it to her?
I didn't. This is my life we're talking about here.
Yes, and you're wasting it.
It's my business.
Look, you have every right to ruin your own life. But you certainly have no right to ruin hers.
Get out of my house.
Hi. Have you heard?
Heard what?
I found the jewelry in his room. And I am so sorry for everything he has done. I don't know why he did what he did. But I'm just so sorry. He's gone. I went in his room this morning, and he is gone. I don't know where he's gonna go. He doesn't have much money.
He left the jewelry behind.
And this.
Mom, I know you probably didn't mean what you said, but I have to go. Don't worry. Love, Thomas.
Step out of the car. Have you stepped toward the police car? Put your hand in the car for me, please.
Put your hands on your head! Do it now! You're under arrest. Cuff him, Pete.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for...
Hello? Yes, it is. Yes, Sergeant. Are you sure? Oh, my God.
Our top story tonight. Police say they have arrested the man who is the killer of college student Megan Page. The suspect is described as having a history of violence and has apparently confessed to the killing. They say he laughed as she pleaded in vain for her life. Bill will be along with that weekend weather forecast, and Dave will have all the sports scores a little bit later.
Oh, I didn't hear the door.
I didn't use the door.
Monica, I'm not much of a people person, but I don't know how I could have gotten through this if you hadn't been watching over me. You've been a real angel.
Just like one.
Oh, my.
God sent me to you, Kate.
God is real.
Oh, yes. More than real.
There have been so many times I've prayed. And he really is there. So, he knows what I've done.
Yes.
I've betrayed my son. I've turned my back on him. I did the one thing I never thought I could ever do. I failed him. I failed God. Oh, my God.
Kate, I didn't come here to watch you condemn yourself. God doesn't want that. Everybody fails sometimes.
Not like this.
Exactly like this. You exchanged your faith for evidence. You stopped believing in what you knew, and you started believing in what you saw. But you see, faith is the evidence of what you can't see. So put your faith in God, who you can't see, and trust him to right the wrongs with Thomas. Let him speak to you and to everyone else who has failed him.
Like Leonard Page.
Yes. You two are more alike than you are different. You have both suffered great pain. But with God's help, you can turn judgment into compassion. You can turn hate into forgiveness. You must forgive Leonard Page. And Kate, you need to forgive yourself too.
Oh, I could never do that. I wasn't there when my son needed me the most.
Nobody is perfect except the one who sent me here. And he sends perfect peace to imperfect you and imperfect Thomas.
Who are you? My name is Tess. I'm an angel. And now I'll tell you who you are. You're a man so full of hate and pain, you want the whole world to feel it too.
I have the right to hate.
Maybe so. But who does it really hurt? The man who killed your daughter or you? Hate is more toxic than any chemical, Mr. Page. It poisons from the inside out. And it's a fast-acting poison. Before you know it, you're filled with it. Hate's in charge, and you can't control it anymore. You thought by blaming that boy for what happened that it would make you feel better. Did it?
It was a mistake, but now they've caught the right man.
Yes, they have, but what difference does it make? Do you turn your hate around and start the whole thing all over again? The only thing you can do with this man, Leonard Page, is forgive him.
Never.
Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. Hating is easy. Forgiving is hard.
My baby is gone.
She's gone, but not lost. And another father is taking very good care of her right now.
But I should have been here. I should have protected her.
There was nothing you could do. And sometimes admitting that is the hardest part. You did not have the power to stop it.
I'll never see her again.
No, honey, we angels don't talk about never. I believe that you'll hold your little girl in your arms again someday. But in the meantime, realize that Megan is never too far away. A part of her will live in you for all of time. And there's a part of you inside her right now, today.
I'm so sorry.
Please come in.
Have you heard from Thomas?
No. This belongs to you too. With everything happening, I'm sorry, I forgot.
I'd like you to keep this.
Thanks.
Tess, where's Mrs. Angeli?
She got transferred.
Oh, too bad. There was something about her I really liked.
She said the same thing about you.
She did?
She did a good job, too.
Yes, it must be very difficult driving a bus.
Oh, that wasn't her job. That was just her assignment.
Her assignment? You mean?
She was the advance angel on this case. She set it up so the caseworker could do her job.
Imagine that. But then I guess the only question I have is about Thomas.
Well, what is that, angel girl?
He left the jewelry behind. He's going straight, isn't he?
He surely is. And Leonard Page has declined to press charges on the stolen jewelry. He says it's time for healing.
Well, that's very nice, but Thomas seems to be the forgotten soul here. I mean, wherever he is, he's alone.
You know better than that, baby.
How are you, honey? Are you new around here? My name is Mrs. Angeli. That's like Angel, but there's an I on the end. Do you want some coffee?
Yeah.
All right, now listen, we have a blue plate special, but trust me, I wouldn't try it. There's my smile. You know what? You're too thin. We are going to have to fatten you up.
So Thomas is gone, but not lost.
God never gives up on us, baby, even though sometimes people do.
Amen. Finds shape so easily.
It doesn't take long in the right hands.
Good play. Dug it myself. You and me, we're the only ones that dig around here.
Are you talking to the dog?
He's the only one that listens.
Hey, looks like a boot. Maybe this will be the one, Whit.
Maybe. Just might be. Work with the thumb, just like they did 1,000 years ago.
It's amazing that making a pod hasn't changed in all that time.
Clay, a wheel, a pair of hands. That's how it was meant to be.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm expecting a call.
Who sat down and invented that noise?
I'll take it in the house. Hello? Yeah, this is Penny. I'll get Michael. It's beautiful, but it's not the only way to make pots. Why does he think it is?
Well, Whit is a plain, no-nonsense kind of man. And for him, the simplest way is the best way. But now Whit is about to find out how complicated simple can be.
I see. Well, I'll call you tomorrow.
Michael.
The cancer, it's spread into the bones.
How long?
2, maybe 3 months.
Maybe he's not due for 4.
Then that's how long I'm gonna live.
When you walk down the road, heavy burden, heavy load, I will rise and I will walk with you. I'll walk with you till the sun don't even shine. Walk with you every time. I tell you, I'll walk with you. Believe me, I'll walk with you.
Leonard, how did you get out? You went over the fence, did you, Leonard? Well, I know there are rabbits in the next field, but you'll just have to invite them over here next time, okay? Thanks for bringing him back. Actually, I came to apply for the dog training job.
Oh, I just put up the sign.
Oh, great. So the job's still open, is it?
Yeah. Have you ever done any dog training?
Well, Leonard, Lie down in your stomach, roll over, and bark.
Leonard doesn't do tricks.
Well, maybe he's just a bit shy.
Well, it's 9 to 5, 6 days a week. I'm afraid it's only minimum wage right now, but all the meals are free and the vegetables are fresh out of the garden.
Do you have cappuccino?
We got an espresso machine for Christmas a few years ago. If you can find it, you're welcome to all the cappuccinos you can drink.
Wonderful. Yes, I'm looking forward to working with you two. It's a lovely farm you have here. Very simple.
No, it's my father-in-law's. It's been in his family for generations. Hasn't changed much over the years. Neither is Whit.
Must be difficult for a man, I think. Things change all the time.
Yeah, it is. So anyway, I wouldn't bother making any cappuccinos for Whit. He gave up city life years ago to get back to the land.
Anybody else around here drink coffee? I brew a mean mocha latte.
My husband used to drink coffee all the time when he was on the fast track down in the city.
But things change.
Yeah. My husband is dying.
Ruin your eyes staring at that thing.
It's a computer, and it's how I do my business.
Yes, well, if you ask me, computers are bad business. Give me a face, a handshake. How can you tell an honest man through a computer?
You can't. But the good thing is, they can't tell a dying one.
Now, that's not true.
I spoke to Dr. Ellery today, Dad. The cancer has metastasized. It's spread into the bones. It's over, Dad. We fought and we lost.
Now, listen to me, Michael. You said that you could lick this thing, and you can. Now, we got you out of the city into good air and good food. All it takes is a little time.
There isn't any more. I'm going to have to go to the hospital soon.
No, you belong here at home with your family, not in some hospital.
Look, I know how you feel about hospitals, Dad.
Then let's not talk about it.
Very interesting.
What? Oh, sorry. Didn't see you.
This shelf of vases.
Yes, they're reduced. Irregulars.
Well, they all look very regular to me.
Well, they're not perfect.
Nothing made by man is.
Well, I've got to come up with a perfect one.
You know, a lot of people think that it's the imperfections that make things beautiful. That's the human part.
Well, I'm not like a lot of people.
Oh, I can see that. You got a lot of nice things here. You mind if I drop in again later?
Anytime. Name's Whit. I'm always around.
Funny. So am I.
No. Got a little tilt to it, Grace. That won't do. Oh, well. Rained yesterday. Thought it might frost up overnight, ruin the tomatoes I planted, but we're all right. Slept good. Well, as good as I ever do. I talked to Michael today. He's finishing up a job, big job. One of those computer things. He wants to go to the hospital. Just like you did. But I think what killed you was that hospital. Without fresh air and sunshine, The soul just shrivels up. Oh, God, help me, Grace Marie. Our boy is... I'm not going to let him die. A little wider base. I think that maybe that's what it needs, hmm? Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah.
Whit? I'll bet you're Whit.
That's what I'm told.
Well, I'm Jolene. I'm so happy to finally meet you. Your farm is just beautiful. And you're well out front? I bet the water's delicious.
Sweet as rain.
Oh, you know, my grandpa dug a well right next to his cabin. I go up there every chance I can. You know, it's sort of my secret hideaway. Do you know where Steamboat Mountain is?
Oh, sure I do. That's God's country up there.
Isn't it? Oh, I go up there to think and drink that water. Could I have a glass of water, please? Thank you. Yeah, I love being pregnant. I just adore it. I just find that if I don't keep up the water thing, I get dehydrated. I get so tired. After a few of these, you sort of recognize the signs.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I got a sonogram today. It's the boy. They wanted to know.
I'm sorry. Know what?
Well, that you're having a grandson.
Who is?
Well, didn't they tell you? Oh, for heaven's sakes. Congratulations.
I'll tell you, I think Monica's turning Leonard into a pretty good house stuff.
Jolene. Cat's out of the bag, kids. We're having a boy.
We? Who's pregnant here?
Oh, dear.
Wait, Jolene is pregnant. She's a surrogate mother. And she's carrying our child.
How?
It's called gamete intrafertilization.
It's called a miracle, Dad.
Oh, my God. A surrogate? A surrogate is having your baby?
Penny could conceive, but not carry to term. This was our only way.
We really want this baby, Whit.
Well, if you want a baby, you adopt one.
We would have, if I hadn't gotten sick. They won't approve me now.
So you'll adopt it when you get better.
Dad, how many times do I have to say it? I'm not getting better. And if I'm going to die, I want to leave a part of myself behind. Maybe it's selfishness or ego or some sort of old-fashioned instinct.
Old-fashioned? There is nothing old-fashioned about this. This is a mockery of everything I believe in, everything I taught you to believe in.
This is why we didn't tell you before.
Oh, so it's my fault. You're all out of your minds.
Whit. Mr. Russell, I'm sure it's incredible for you to imagine that I'm carrying somebody else's baby. It was incredible for me, too, the first time.
First time.
My husband and my daughter were killed in a car accident about 10 years ago. We didn't have a whole lot of years together, Mr. Russell. But the years that, well, there's nothing like a happy family, you know, and nothing can replace it. So I figured that if I couldn't have my own family anymore, I could help somebody else know what it's like. The first couple that I carried a baby for was my sister and her husband. They say that actually giving birth is the most beautiful experience on earth. But I have to tell you something, Mr. Russell. I know that my life has never meant more than it did in that moment when I put a child right in my sister's arms. When I saw a family appear before my eyes. It was a miracle. It was. And it was a privilege for me. And I can't tell you how grateful to God I am that I can do it again. I can. I can do it for Michael, and I can do it for Penny, and I can do it for you.
Don't do me any favors, young lady. And you leave God out of this. You break it, you bought it.
I can read.
You can also spot a good piece of pottery.
What will you take for it?
Price is firm, as marked.
Not much firm in this life.
Something told me you were a bargaining type.
No, where I come from, we don't make deals, but personally, I've never been opposed to a fair trade. You take this, and have a nice day.
Dad, we've got to talk.
I'm with a customer.
Look, I spoke to the doctor. He said my best chance for holding on.
Your place is at home, not in some hospital.
He says I need a stress-free environment.
He's a doctor. What do doctors know? Look at what they put your mother through at that hospital. Look at the godforsaken thing they've done with that child.
It's our child, Dad. We're naming him after you.
Please, don't name something like that after me.
That something is going to be a normal little baby boy. It's your grandson. It's the only grandson you're going to get. Now, if you won't accept the birth of my son, Dad, I can't make you. But please, I'm asking you, accept the death of your son. Because I'm going to need you.
Remember Michael's colic? I walked him up and down every foot of that house, night after night. And I kept saying, there must be something we can do. And you said, just time. Time is the only cure. Everything passes, you said. This too shall pass. Our boy isn't gonna make it, Grace. I can't bear the thought of him being in a hospital. He should be at home. It'd be more fitting. It's the way it's supposed to be.
Hello, my name is Tess. I'm going to be your nurse.
My nurse? No, I'm going to the hospital.
You need peace and quiet, and that's my specialty. My name is Tess, and I'm going to reduce your stress courtesy of your pop. Fellas, bring that bed in here. Do it quietly. Now, where is your dad?
Out back in the pottery shed.
Good, because I got a nice piece of pottery coming to me.
I thought you hated computers.
Go on, click that thing. Will you look at that?
There's your stress point right there.
So if I make it a little thicker here?
Then it shouldn't crack.
Son of a gun.
Now, click right on there and see what happens. No, not there. No, stop.
122 days. To what?
Till the baby comes. Or I go. Whichever comes first.
That Jolene is real nice, don't you think? What do you want on your hamburger? Don't be shy.
Toasted bun, lettuce, tomato, pickle, onion, ketchup.
Hamburger with the works, just the way God intended. So, you're gonna be a grandfather, huh?
But not the way God intended.
Let's go. Sit. 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 Leonard, could you help me out here? Ah, good girl. Thank you very much, Leonard.
Hey there, Mom to be.
Oh, hey, Jolene, come on in.
Hi, Monica.
Hello.
I've got a little present for Penny.
Ah.
Okay, put your hand right here. A little higher. Monica, feel this. Right there.
Ah, I feel him kicking. Oh, you have a right wee feisty one here.
Oh, yeah, calm him down. Yeah, famous last words. Oh.
I can't wait to hold him and sing to him.
Michael's dad always sang him some 40s song at bedtime. Kiss me once and kiss me once. Oh, I don't know.
Kiss me once and kiss me twice and kiss me once again. Thank you, Leonard. Yes, I get the point.
Kiss me once and kiss me twice, then kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time. Haven't felt like this, my dear, since can't remember when. It's been a long, long time. You'll never know how many dreams I've dreamed about you, or just how empty they all seemed without you. So kiss me once, and kiss me twice, then kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time.
It was his mother. Michael's mother sang that to him.
Then I'm going to learn it. I'll sing it to her grandson.
Yeah, well, please don't.
You know, Whit, someday it's just going to be you and me raising this child. I want you to be a part of his life.
Oh, no. I'm not going to be a part of any of this.
What?
I'm ashamed. And you should be too. Bringing a child into this world should be the most sacred act we have. And you have taken something precious and shoved it into a test tube. I don't know what this is. This thing you're cooking up. But it's against the laws of man. And it is monstrous. That's what it is. A monster.
Go on. Go! I'd rather live in an alley than raise my baby with you.
That's fine with me.
I'm sorry.
Magenta?
This is going to be one beautiful pot.
There's still no answer at Jolene's.
Where could she be for the last 3 weeks?
Didn't she say her grandpa had a cabin someplace?
Yeah, but I don't know where.
I just hope she gets my apology note. Wherever she is. I apologize for both of us.
Mail's in. Bills, more bills, couple of get well cards.
You can file those.
Here's one. Return to sender.
Oh, no.
Penny?
It's the apology I wrote to Jolene. It's been returned. Moved. Address unknown.
Well, what does that mean?
I think it means we lost our baby. She's not going to let us have him now.
Did you say something?
No.
Penny, dinner is really quite good. Wait, it's been a while since you told us one of your funny stories about the old days.
That's right, Whit. We've probably got some good old days in common. Let me hear from you. From anybody.
Pass the beans.
Excuse me. Why should I talk to him? He's a stubborn old man. As far as he's concerned, there's only one way, and that's his way. And if we did things his way, we wouldn't be having a baby at all.
Well, you may not be having one anyway, so what do you have to lose?
I'm going to be a mother next week, and a widow. And I can't do anything about either one. So, you're right. I've got nothing left to lose.
You may have something in common with Whit after all.
Not for long.
This is a very unusual time. Everyone's grieving for some things that haven't happened yet.
But it is going to happen. Michael will die, and somewhere out there Jolene will give birth, and unless we can think of something, Michael will never get to see his son.
Never say never, baby. And getting those two together is not why we're here. Michael has no choice but to die. And that baby has no choice to do anything but be born. But Jolene and Whit have choices that will make all the difference. And they still need our help.
Maybe. If we just had more time.
I'm afraid we have less time than we thought. I have some urgent business to take care of, so I'll have to go away for a few days.
You're not coming back, are you? You see, you drive everyone away.
Penny, please. Dad?
I don't have anything to say to her. Or you. But I'm sorry you're leaving.
Now look, all of you, I will be back. But in the meantime, Andrew is going to hold down the fort.
I'm looking forward to getting to know you.
Better hurry.
Oh, I bet that we have more time together than you think. Whew. Look at this. This is a great computer. How much memory you got?
8 ROM.
RAM.
RAM.
So, where are you going?
I don't know.
Well, you said you had urgent business. I thought you were going to go and find Jolene.
That's right, but I can't do it till somebody tells me where to go. or gives me some directions, or hands me a road map, or drops me some breadcrumbs.
Tess, I don't understand. Why don't we know where Jolene is?
Because we're not supposed to, and because somebody else does. We're not here to make it easier. We're here to make it better. Now, why don't you follow him and get me some breadcrumbs?
Are you ready to fire this pot?
Well, I thought I was, but I can't get this darn thing to hold its heat.
That's too bad. It's a beautiful pot. It deserves to be.
Be what?
Just be.
Yes, well, it's gonna be junk unless I get this thing fixed.
Isn't there something else you can use?
This is the only kiln I've ever used.
I'd hate to see that stand in the way of a beautiful pot. I think it should be ready by now.
Oh, no, Monica. My kiln takes hours to heat up.
Ah, well, mine doesn't.
Well, who knows? Anything in a pinch, hmm?
Sometimes that's just what it takes.
All right, here goes. Well, I'll be... It's done.
It's good, huh? Wait, I have a question. You fashioned this pot with your own hands, right?
Right.
So you're the maker of this pot?
Yeah, what's your point?
Well, you made this like you made all the others, except that you finished it in this furnace instead of the one inside. So, is it still your pot?
Of course it is.
Born in a different place, but made by the same potter. Hmm? Wait, do you know where Jolene is? I'm not asking you to change your mind, just to bend your heart a little.
She's in a cabin on Steamboat Mountain.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird. And if that mockingbird don't sing, Mama's gonna buy you a diamond ring.
And if that diamond ring turns to brass, Mama's gonna buy you a looking glass.
Tess, what are you doing here?
I came in the back door. Actually, I'm wondering what you're doing here.
I'm singing to my baby.
Well, it's a beautiful song, and it's gonna be a beautiful baby. But is it gonna be your baby?
Somebody has to love him.
That should be the mother and the father, don't you think?
Michael's dying.
You knew that when you agreed to carry this child.
I didn't know there'd be so much anger.
Frightened people often hide behind anger. They needed your understanding. But instead, you came up here to hide.
I'm not hiding. This is where I come to think. This is my grandfather's cabin. He built it with his own 2 hands.
Sounds a lot like Whit.
No. My grandfather loved children. And so do I. I want this baby to be happy. I want this baby to be loved. Oh, don't you understand, Tess? I just want what's best for this child.
And who decides what's best? You or God? Let me give you a hint. God thought it best to send an angel to you right about now to get you thinking about the whole thing. Because that's not their baby, and that's not your baby. It's God's baby. And it's time we asked him what he wants for the child.
Michael, Penny, will you look at this? I still don't understand how you got it to fire up so fast.
Hello.
Why are you always so cheerful?
I guess it's the line of work I'm in.
Who is this fella?
He's an angel,
A what?
and so am I. You're angels? Tess is one too. We've been with you all this time. It doesn't usually take this many on a case, but since these were very...
Extraordinary circumstances.
Oh, man. Did I just die?
No, not yet. We still have some business to do first.
Hold on. What kind of angels are you?
the old-fashioned kind.
You're not going to tell me that angels have come to bless this way of carrying a child?
No. We've come to bless the child. Angels don't tell you what you should have done. We're here to tell you that God loves you and that He wants you to deal with what you can right now. Because now is all you can change.
Michael, Penny, before you entered into this agreement with Jolene, did you pray about it?
We thought about it very hard, but...
No, we didn't pray.
Isn't it odd how people pray every day over the tiniest things? The weather, a green light, a baseball game. Things you can't even change. But how come no one remembers to pray when faced with a decision? When you have to make a difficult choice, don't you think God would like to help you make it? If you had prayed a few months ago about how and when to have this baby, I know that God would have given you an answer. I truly don't know what He would have told you then, but I do know what He wants to tell you now.
And I know what that is. Doesn't matter right now what I think or you think, whatever we think. There's only one thing we know. There's a baby waiting to be born here. I was wrong. I do want that baby here. I do want to be a grandfather. If I have to sell my farm, my business, everything I own, I'll do anything in my power to make sure that my grandson grows up in the love of his own family.
That's very nice, Whit, but don't tell me. Tell her.
That's all I needed to hear.
So, Michael gets to hold his son after all, huh?
I don't know. It's gonna be close.
Michael, you should be in bed, resting.
I had to get out. Wanted to see the Milky Way. Maybe spot a shooting star.
There's Orion.
Hey, you have good eyes. The only constellation I can ever make out is the Big Dipper.
Michael, in your life, have you been happy?
Oh, Dad, I don't think about the unhappy things. Right now, all I think about is listening to a baseball game on a summer night, the homecoming dance when Patty Ross kissed me, shooting stars. Right now, the air was never so fresh, the night never so starry. Yeah, Dad, I've been happy.
I'm glad. You're such a good boy. Do you remember when I taught you how to find the North Star?
Dad?
Yes.
When he's born, my boy, promise me you two will listen to baseball games in the summer. And when Patty Ross's daughter shows up at the door, go ahead and loan him the car.
You have my word.
So where's the North Star?
Well, now, North, don't you know? You start with the Big Dipper.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
I remember Patty Ross. She was a wild one.
Tess? Tess? Tess!
That's right, son. Hang in there. God's not going to let you down.
Jolene's water just broke. She's on her way to the hospital. I don't know what to do.
Go. It's okay. I'll be right here when you guys get back.
And I'll be back with our baby. I love you. Hang in there.
He will. I think I know which angel you are. What's it like? You know, there.
It is more beautiful than you could ever imagine.
Maybe that's why it's been so hard to believe in. I'm right here, son. Breathe easy. Nice and easy.
Nice cleansing breath.
Keep breathing, Michael. Just think, this time tomorrow, you'll be holding your son.
You're doing great.
You're doing great. Hold on.
Now push. Push.
Hold on. Hold on.
I can't. I can't do it.
You can do it. Michael, you can do it.
Here he comes.
You can do it.
Hey. You're holding your son, Michael. God is with you, Michael. Yes. Yes. Oh, wonderful. Michael, you're a...
You were right, Whit. God is with him. And he is with God.
they're here.
The morning he was born, he was laying next to me, and I was just staring at him. But he was looking everywhere else but at me. I think he was looking for someone. I think he was looking for his mom. There she is, sweet one. You found your mother.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, look at you. Hello, little man.
Not so little.
That's right, big fella. He is a Russell, after all.
Yes, he is, Whit.
Thank you for giving me such a beautiful grandson.
I just wish Michael had seen it. Just once.
Maybe you want to look at this.
What's that?
It's a birthmark.
It almost looks like a kiss.
It is. It's a kiss from Michael. If Michael had lived one more day, he would have held his baby in his arms for just one day on this earth. But instead, he died just as the wee one was being born. You see, in heaven, eternity can be found in but a single moment. And in that moment, Michael and his son have already spent an eternity together.
Haven't felt
like
this, my dear, since can't remember when.
It's been a long, long time. You'll never know how many dreams I've dreamed about you, or just how empty they all seem without you. So kiss me once and kiss me twice and kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time.
So, Michael, you're saying you'll break up with Catherine unless she pierces her body?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, who isn't pierced these days, right? Maybe Barbara Bush.
Who isn't pierced? The answer to that question and more when we come back. I'm Morgan Bell. Everybody tells me the truth.
All right, now we're in commercial.
Tess, why would anyone put a ring through their nose?
Believe it or not, they're just trying to fit in.
Teenagers do the craziest things. But at least they grow out of them.
Well, sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. Look at Morgan.
Morgan? She looks so together.
What's keeping her together is what's going to tear her apart.
Okay, we're back. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back to the Morgan Bell Show. Today, get pierced or get lost. Michael.
What attracted you?
What attracted you to Catherine?
Well, at first it was like different stuff, you know, just like her attitude and I don't know, stuff like that. She was just really out there, you know? I thought she was like fearless, man.
So, you were attracted by her attitude?
Well, yeah. And also by, you know, kinda, you know.
We don't want to know.
We don't want to know.
Do you still think she's fearless?
So, Michael, do you still think Catherine is fearless?
Well, she could prove that by getting pierced.
Wait. Row 6.
Let's move out into the audience and get some comments.
Nose ring woman. Go to her.
The young lady in the back with the nose ring?
Good. Why is she so interested?
You seem to have a lot of interest in this.
This kid's got a thing for Michael. Naylor, do you know our guest?
Do you know our guest?
Is that why you're here?
Is that why you're here today?
Hey, back off.
Girlfriend, bingo.
She's your new girl, isn't she?
Oh, man. Yeah, kinda.
Kinda? You lousy!
Ginger.
Michael, what?
Just relax, Catherine. Ginger, just sit back down, all right? Just chill.
Oh, I love you, Ginger! You're the best, Ginger!
Okay, now, go to commercial.
I'm Morgan Bell. More truth after this.
Good girl. I'm proud of you. Now that's television.
When you walk down the road, heavy burden, heavy load, I will rise and I will walk with you. I'll walk with you till the sun don't even shine. Walk with you every time. I tell you, I'll walk with you. Believe me, I'll walk with you.
I want to thank all my guests, but especially Catherine here. She learned an important lesson, that sometimes love is only skin deep. See you next time.
And we are out. Where are you going?
Show is over.
Not for you, it isn't. Now remember, the camera only shows you what it wants you to see. And if you need me, I'll be at the mixing board. I just love punching them buttons.
Tess, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Hi. You must be Monica?
Yes. It's really nice to meet you.
Oh, same here. The agency says you have lots of experience doing this sort of thing.
Experience is my middle name. If I had one, I mean, that would be it. Experience.
You understand she has very special needs?
When it comes right down to it, who doesn't?
I like that attitude. You're hired. Here's the address. Tomorrow, 10 sharp.
Great.
Oh, good luck.
Thank you.
Hey. So how'd you like the show?
Okay. The best bit was seeing the Angel of Death running around with a T-shirt and headphones. What's the matter?
I was just trying to imagine what you would look like with a safety pin through your lower lip.
Andrew, what are you doing here?
I know that I've got some unfinished business. I don't know what it is yet. But there's something about Morgan. I don't know. She looks awfully familiar.
I have a job with her sister.
Claudia? Really? Doing what?
I don't know.
That ought to be something to write home about.
What do you mean?
She's the invisible producer. She's like the Wizard of Oz or something. She runs the whole show. She calls all the shots from her apartment, and no one's ever seen her.
Never.
Nope.
Claudia, I'm stuck on this next segment. Do we treat this guy like he's really an alien or like he's a nut?
There's a girl at my door. I saw you talking to her yesterday.
That's Monica, your new assistant. I thought...
Stop thinking. That's my job.
Claudia, you can't do it all by yourself. Claudia?
Morgan, we're back in 15.
Claudia, you heard him. We're back in 15.
10.
Is this working? Okay, I'm sorry, Claudia. Please, don't hang me out here to dry.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Claudia, what am I gonna do? Oh my God! Morgan! Claudia, I'm out of it!
Snap out of it, Morgan. Morgan, come on. Let's do it. Wake up. Let me see that smile.
Welcome back. All of our guests today believe they have been sent to Earth from other planets.
Ask Xerox, what's your earliest memory?
Xerox, tell us your earliest memory.
Now, some of you may not believe these pizzas were delivered by an alien. I say, hey, as long as they come in peace.
And no anchovies.
And no anchovies. See you tomorrow.
What do you think you're doing?
Hello, Monica. Your sister sent me.
I don't need an assistant. You hear me?
An assistant? Oh, are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. And the automatic door is broken anyway, so stop hanging around.
Broken, huh?
Yep. Must be a short or something. Sorry.
Well, maybe I can help. I'm very good with mechanical things.
No, that's okay. The workmen are coming tomorrow.
There we go. Hello, Claudia.
Hello. How did you get that door open?
Open your mind and you open a door, I always say.
Well, there's been a mistake. I don't need any help. Yeah. No mistake. The American Dream, that's Friday's topic. Happy families. Sit down. Don't bother me. You got a problem with happy families? Now make sure there's a guest seated on the aisle, row 2. Her name is Melissa Lucas, row 2, aisle.
So, how about if I started cleaning up around here?
No. Whatever my sister said, I don't need anybody. My sister's always trying to take care of me.
It's funny, I heard you were always taking care of her.
Maybe that's the secret of our success.
Look, I understand if you're not comfortable with around somebody who's...
Around someone who weighs a few hundred pounds less than I do?
No, I didn't mean that. It's just that I understand how you're...
Don't patronize me. Nobody understands. Trust me. Get out. I mean it, get out. And if you think I'm sitting around here feeling sorry for myself, forget it. I'm happy. Hear me? Very, very happy. I've got my life just the way I want it.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Good night, Andrew.
Hey, hold on a second. I'm just gonna finish up here and I'll walk you to your car.
Oh, no, that's okay. I'm parked right by the door.
I've had no success getting close to Claudia. She won't even let me clean her house.
Morgan won't even let me walk her to her car.
Each one seems to be close only to the other, as if they were two halves of the same person. Morgan the face, Claudia the brains.
And each one needs the other one if they want to make the show a success.
That's too simple an explanation. God wants every person to be a whole person, a completely unique individual, not half of somebody else. And whatever made them start this secret club of theirs isn't healthy for either one of them. And it's going to start to hurt other people unless we can get these two women apart and yet somehow keep them together.
The Times will love tomorrow's show. Your story will write itself, believe me. Don't miss it now, okay? Bye.
Brought dinner.
Please, don't wear your hair that way.
What's the story on this American Dream show?
You're always complaining about the sensational stuff. This is uplifting.
This doesn't sound like you. Thank you.
Why do you keep sending me twits like this, Monica?
She's not a twit.
I don't need help.
You ran her off, didn't you? What am I gonna do with you?
I guess we're stuck with each other.
What a thought.
Could be worse.
Mr. and Mrs. White, tell the audience how long you've been married.
We've been married for a quarter of a century, and we've never spent a night apart.
She still turns him on?
She still turns you on after all these years, Jess?
You were fired yesterday. Go away.
I just came by to leave something.
Put it by the door on your way out.
Yes, ma'am. She sure does.
Isn't this wonderful? Wouldn't you like to see more shows like this?
Morgan, keep on track. Ask them if every night has been a good night.
So I suppose the next question is, has every night been a great night?
Well, there was that one long night.
Well, well, well. I think we've got something here.
Oh, no, not prom night again.
Lizzie had a curfew of 1:30.
Have fun, kids. Be home by midnight.
Mom said 2:30. It was special because it was prom night.
Okay, Morgan, snap out of it.
It was prom.
You're okay, Morgan. Forget about it. Just move on.
Anyway, that was probably the worst night we ever had.
You're fine, Morgan. Now go to the girl sitting in the second row on the aisle. Just do what I say and you'll be fine. Do you believe this family is really happy?
Do you believe this family is really happy?
No.
Why not?
Whenever somebody says they're that happy, they've got to be hiding something.
What's your name and why do you think that?
What's your name and why do you think that?
My name is Melissa Lucas, but my real last name is Jersey.
Your real name?
Jersey is Mrs. White's maiden name. I'm her daughter. The first one.
Claudia, don't do this.
Don't give up now, Morgan. Tell us your story. Come on, Morgan. Just say it, Morgan. Just say it. What's your story? Come on, ask the question.
Tell us your story.
She had me when she was 18. I grew up in a bunch of foster homes, and she got herself an all-American family.
Claudia, stop this. It's wrong.
What do you think, Mrs. White? Is this your daughter?
What do you think, Mrs. White? Is this your daughter?
Joe?
Mrs. White?
Joanna?
Are you okay?
She's having a heart attack.
Joanna! Joanna! Somebody help, please!
Okay, cut the feed.
No, don't go to commercial. Go over to her. Go on.
Hello, yes, there's an emergency at the Morgan Bell show. Thank you.
Oh, no, I don't know what to do. What should I do, Claudia? Tell me. Help me, Claudia. I don't know what to do.
The highly rated tabloid show has made its reputation breaking taboos, taking no prisoners, and leaving broken hearts in its wake. However, this time, their muckraking style may have broken Mrs. White's heart for real. Mrs. White remains in critical condition.
We asked her how many children she had, and she lied. And we are in the business of truth. But she took that risk when she abandoned her kid. She was racked with guilt, and it catches up with you sooner or later. It just happened to be on our show. Yeah, fine, do that. And take a look at the ratings while you're at it.
You don't think guilt's gonna catch up with you sooner or later? Look at this.
Belle is no stranger to tragedy. As a teenager, she was the sole survivor of a fatal car crash.
Old news.
Well, not to me. I carry it around with me every day, and if you think you don't, look in the mirror.
Morgan, don't you walk out on me!
You make me sick.
Morgan! Oh! Claudia, make it quick.
This is WMLW News, and we'd like to request an interview with your sister.
This is Claudia, make it quick.
Claude, it's me again. Come on, answer the phone. I'm sorry, you know I didn't mean it. Well, I did, kind of. Look, we have to talk. Would you pick up? Okay. I'll call you tomorrow. And we're gonna talk before the show, okay?
Oh. doing here?
I was worried about you. You didn't answer your phone.
Don't you get it? I have a right to my privacy.
If you don't mind my saying so, you've been private for 30 years.
I do mind, and I'd like to know what you're doing here.
I thought a few happy memories might cheer you up.
What's to cheer up? You think I'm losing sleep over some pathetic gal who couldn't handle the truth?
Yes, I do.
Honey, the turnip truck just left without you.
Aren't you even a little...
Come on now, give her a kiss. There you go, that's great. All right, kiss her back, kiss your mom back. Come on,
No,
just get...
Dad, please, we gotta go.
All right, fine. Jonathan, yeah, the corsage, that'll be great.
Oh.
We're running out of film, hurry now.
Oh, they look so cute. I'm gonna die.
Not after I paid $46 for
Oh,
that
honey.
dress you won't.
Honey, come
All right now, kids, come on, smile
Oh,
at the
you
camera.
look so
Jonathan,
cute.
head up. That's it, that's great.
There you go.
All right, you kids have fun now.
have
Just
fun.
remember to be home by midnight.
Daddy, get real. Drive careful. Be safe.
Turn it off! Turn it off! Turn it off.
You didn't go to the prom. Must have been very hard for you to be left behind.
I don't want to talk about it.
That's a funny attitude for a talk show producer.
That's right. I'm the producer. I don't have to talk.
But why shouldn't you? You're so creative, you're so clever, you could be the host. You would be so...
Pretty if I lost weight. Been there, heard that. Get out.
I was going to say you'd be so popular.
There's something so familiar about all this, but I can't put my finger on it. But I know I've seen Morgan before.
Okay, what do we have here?
We have two women who should be living two lives instead of one. I just can't believe that Mrs. White's life had to be ruined in the process.
You just leave Mrs. White to me, because you're not nearly done. Now let's think about this. Morgan is controlled by her sister. Claudia is controlled by...
Anger? Well, she's angry at herself for gaining weight and missing out on life.
No, baby, she's not angry because she gained weight. She gained weight because she's angry at something or somebody or some time that she can't forget.
Well, okay, we ought to be able to narrow that down then. How long has she been like this?
Well, I know that Claudia wasn't at all large when she was younger.
How do you know that?
I saw her home movies. You know, Andrew, maybe you should look at them. They might help you remember something.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's nothing I enjoy more than sitting around watching somebody else's home movies.
Claudia didn't like it either, especially prom night.
Prom.
That means something to you?
Yeah, maybe. Was Morgan wearing a pink dress with those little...
Spaghetti straps.
How did you know that?
And the boyfriend was in a really ugly blue tux, Jonathan something.
Andrew, what?
Oh, wow, I can't believe it. I remember everything now. Claudia's problem didn't start with anger. It started with guilt. Serious, serious guilt.
Claudia. Make it quick.
Okay, I'm really getting worried now. I know you can hear me, right? Please, Claudia, just let me know you're all right. You know, I should have checked on you. Listen, everything is falling apart around here. The new stage manager, the Andrew guy, is missing in action. For some reason, all the guests have canceled, and we're scrambling through the audience for replacements. And I swear, Claudia, if you're not there for me when we go on the air, I don't know how I'm...
Claudia?
What is it with you? If you need a job, I'll make some calls. But you gotta stop hanging around. And you better get your tail over to the set or you're gonna be looking for a new job.
Actually, we both already have jobs. We're angels.
Look, we've done angels to death. My mother-in-law's an angel. Angels in the public school system. Angels, angels, angels.
Claudia, do you remember me? I remember you. 1966. Prom night.
Can he see me?
God? Yes.
Oh, no. I can't let him see me like this.
Claudia, God sees you exactly as you are. And he sees you more perfectly and truly than people can, than even angels can. And he loves you much more than you could ever imagine.
No, he doesn't. He knows. He knows.
Yes, he knows. And so do we. Do you remember that night, Claudia? You screamed for him, God, help me, and he did. But you forgot to let him keep on helping you. You forgot him, Claudia. But he didn't forget you. And there's something else that he wants you to see.
It's that one.
Hello, Claudia.
The sound engineer, too?
Now, stay with me here, Claudia. I've just had a very interesting conversation with Mrs. White. I explained to her that her heart attack isn't exactly the way God wanted her to deal with her past. But since you beat us all to the punch, I thought you should be in on how this has all worked out. She looks wonderful, doesn't she? All right, baby, go ahead, you're on.
Hello?
Just look anywhere, it's fine.
Claudia? I feel fine now. I think... I know it was a miracle. I'm not the all-American mother, Claudia. I always felt so guilty. Then that guilt turned into anger. I started taking it out on everybody. Even my own kids. In some funny way, being on your show might just be the best thing that ever happened to me. And I feel free. Tess says God loves me. He wants you to know that, too.
Any questions?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
She knows that, baby. And God knows it, too. Back to you, kids.
remember that Angel show?
My mother-in-law is an angel.
I thought that guy was a nut, but it made good television. I still think he's a nut. But that day on the show, I wanted to believe so hard, I didn't even dare to. But I knew if somehow I could just meet an angel, a real one, everything would be okay.
We don't make anything okay, Claudia. We just introduce you to the one who can.
Well, I'm ready.
Yes. Yes, you are.
Okay, 1 minute. Okay, folks. Now, when I wave my hands, I want to hear some serious clapping here. All right?
I can't do it. She's cut me out, and I can't do it without her.
Sure you can. Well, you've always been able to do it.
That's because we've always been there for each other. We're like...
One person? One frightened 16-year-old person? Claudia hasn't cut you out, Morgan. She's given you a chance. Take it. And you can start by losing this. There's another voice you need to be listening to.
But
You didn't die that night, Morgan. But you might as well have, because ever since then, you've just turned your life over to somebody else. Take it back.
It's you.
Yes, ma'am. In 5, 4, 3.
But what do I do?
Wing it.
Hello. We're gonna have a great show today. And we have a fascinating guest who's going to talk about... Well, it's a secret. As a matter of fact, it's a secret to me, too. I hope it's Mel Gibson. So, let's have our mystery guest enter and sign in, please. Claudia. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my sister, and the producer of the show, Claudia Bell.
It's okay. I know what you must be thinking, but I'm positive you don't know what I'm thinking. And I guess it's time to tell you. First of all, I love my sister. And I know she loves me. And for the first time in my life, I know that God loves us both. That's the only reason that I have the strength to come here and tell you what I have to say now. Maybe you all heard what happened Friday to Mrs. Joanna White. She's okay. But that doesn't take away from what I did. I've been doing dirty tricks like that all my life. Or at least since I was 16. It's okay. I wasn't always like this. When I was 16, I carried the weight of a normal teenager. And then something happened. And well, I guess I've been carrying 3 people around with me ever since. But I better back up. It was 1966, and my sister had been invited to the prom.
Come on, just
No,
go.
Dad, please, we gotta go.
All right, fine. Jonathan, yeah, the corsage, that'll be great.
Oh,
We're running out of film. Hurry now.
Oh, they look so cute.
I'm gonna die.
Not after I paid $46 for that
honey.
dress you won't.
Honey, come on.
All right, now, kids, come on. Smile
Oh,
at the
you
camera.
look so
Jonathan,
cute.
head up. That's it. That's great.
There you go.
All right, you kids have fun now.
have
Just
fun.
remember to be home by midnight.
Daddy, get real. Drive careful. Be safe.
Morgan.
What?
I got you guys something.
All right.
For the prom.
Way to go, Clodhopper.
How'd you do this? Fake ID. I've got the key to the new copy machine in the library. Listen, I was wondering. I did all the decorations, you know.
Really?
Yeah, and I thought it'd be so cool if I could just go and see what they look like. You know, with people and all. You think you could just give me a ride there? I could walk back.
Oh, Claudia.
Look, thanks for the booze. You're great, but the cars, I mean, there's no room. I'm sorry, really. Let's go.
See ya, Claude.
Thanks.
Thanks for the booze. Out of here.
Three people died that night, and it could have been 4. All because I tried to be somebody I wasn't. I gave a bunch of teenagers alcohol just to get some attention. And after that, I decided I didn't want any attention ever again. And as you can see, I made sure of it. But I never got over the guilt. And the harder I tried to hide the truth, the bigger and sadder I got. And I know now that I made so many people hurt just because I didn't have the courage to face my mistakes. So I'm here to say I'm sorry. Please forgive me, Mrs. White, and anyone else who has suffered at the hands of the Morgan Bell Show.
Tell him the rest.
No.
I can't let you do this alone.
Morgan.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is more to this story. See, so sometimes people call me and my sister two halves of the same coin. One thinks, one talks. But there's a reason we're inseparable. We've shared each other's lives, careers, and guilt.
driving. Do you understand me? You were not driving. Say it. Marcus, say it. You were not driving. I was not you.
But I was driving. And my sister has been protecting me ever since. Now, I know that when you look at Claudia, you see someone you can't understand. But I understand her. She's just like me, only she wore her guilt on the outside instead of the inside. But we're both guilty. And we let that guilt poison not only our lives, but the lives of innocent strangers on this show. And for that, I too am deeply, deeply sorry. I think this is a good time to say goodbye and begin to make amends to you and each other. And to the families of our lost friends. And finally, to the God who knew the truth all along.
And loved us anyway.
Just what exactly do you think you're doing, Miss Wings?
I'm leaving. I failed. I'm finished.
You're finished? Get in the car. You're finished when somebody says you're finished.
Tess, you were there. The only person who can help Chicory Creek.
Am I to understand you're giving up? Is this a giving up speech?
Well, yes.
Get in the car. The cavalry's on the way. And here they come. Get in the car. Hold on to your halo, baby.
Angels in a trailer?
Humans.
Humans are going back there to finish my assignment? Oh, this is so humiliating.
Now, you just get your wings straight on this one. There's been no failure here. You did your very best, but sometimes people just don't pay any attention. But that's no excuse to give up. The Lord will just handle it in a different way. Inspire these folk up ahead to save Chicory Creek and maybe help themselves in the bargain.
The people in the trailer?
They have no home, hardly any money, and uh-oh, no gas.
What's the difference between the United States and America?
What'd you say, Dinah?
What's the difference between the United States and America?
That's the United States of America.
I know I'm not a baby. So what's the difference?
America's what the United States used to be before they screwed it up.
Mom, Josh is being cynical again.
It's his opinion, Dinah.
The difference in the United States and America? There's no difference, honey. It's like the difference in blackjack and 21. 21 sounds nicer, but you're still losing money.
Think we can get there by morning?
Maybe, if we push.
But we're gonna have to push.
How much we got left?
Not enough for breakfast.
Well, Mama says old Doc Rogers still gets up 6 o'clock every morning and fixes pancakes.
When I meet that man, I'm gonna kiss him and wash his dishes.
What kind of a man gives a job to a total stranger and takes in his whole family, no questions asked?
A kind one. They still exist. Patty told me that Doc has been carrying a torch for her since 1947. I wonder what happened.
Mama probably hit him in the head with it. Come on, y'all, let's go. Everybody back in the truck.
Okay, we're on our way.
Well, look at that. End of the road, still plenty of gas left.
Hey, hallelujah.
Sort of.
This is your grandma's hometown, kids. According to my calculations, we put enough gas in the car to get to Chicory County. We've gone 5 more miles than that.
That's real fascinating, Brain.
Something's going on at the church.
Looks like a wedding.
That's where you were baptized, Russell, remember?
No, Mama, I believe I was 4 days old at the time.
There's Doc Rogers' house down there at the corner.
Gonna be close.
Come on.
Please.
Come on.
Yes.
Come on. Everybody, help. By golly, we almost made it. Next time down, you'll have that mileage figured out right down to the teaspoon. At least this is the last trip we'll have to take for a long time.
That's what he thinks. When you walk down the road, heavy burden, heavy load, I will rise and I will walk with you. I'll walk with you till the sun don't even shine. Walk with you every time. I tell you, I'll walk with you. Believe me, I'll walk with you.
Maybe he's out on a case. The old goat still makes house calls.
Hope he still makes pancakes. Hey, Dad, might want to put this on your fix-it list there.
Joshua, get off of there.
Thought we were gonna live here.
Josh.
Doc Rogers is kind enough to let us live with him. We should make the effort to avoid dismantling his home.
That means don't poop in your own cave. Come on, you old fool!
Mama, what about that wedding?
We can't just walk in on a wedding. I mean, everybody'd be so excited to see me after all these years. I'll take all the sparkle off of the bride. Oh, then again, there's no harm in walking down there and waiting till they come out. Catch Doc Rogers before he starts hitting the punch. Keep an eye out for Joe.
What's Uncle Joe like?
Everything your daddy used to be, only funnier.
Daddy says he's a ne'er-do-well.
Joe did some things well. Never quite the right ones, poor baby. He'll do well just to show up, I expect.
I don't see any basketball hoops.
Do you think your brother will really come?
I don't even know if our letters have caught up with him. Even if he comes, old Joe will just catch us up on the last few years and drag himself through a week's work before he takes off again. If he does come, it won't be for the work. It'll be for Mama.
Hey! What's in the box? So, what's in the box?
Research.
What? Surveys, observations, opinions, articles, organized by subject.
Are you a kid?
I turned 13 on Friday at 4:42 p.m.
What you doing around here?
We're gonna move in with Dr. Rogers. My father's going to build commercial property for him.
That's stupid.
Yeah, well, what does your daddy do?
I can't tell. He works for the CIA, and it's a secret.
Well, if it's a secret, then how do you know?
Funny music for a wedding.
You smell that?
I don't smell anything.
There's no factory here. My throat doesn't hurt, my eyes don't sting. That's one thing I didn't mind leaving behind. company probably did us a favor by closing down.
Well, remind me to write them a thank you note just as soon as I can afford a stamp.
Well, it won't be long, honey. We made it this far. It's all smooth sailing from here on.
Russ! 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 Russell!
Doc Rogers is dead?
So I guess this means no pancakes then, huh?
Shut up.
You're looking wonderful, by the way, Erasmus.
You haven't changed a bit, had it?
Thank you, Erasmus. This is my son, Russell, my first boy. And one that's working for Doc, or not working for Doc. Oh, my Lord, son, you've lost 2 jobs in 1 month.
Russell Green, sir. Nice to meet you.
You have a handshake like your brother?
You saw Joe. Was he here?
Joe came and went, I'm afraid. But Thursday after Doc died, he took off.
Didn't want to stick around to see the family fall apart, huh?
This is a setback, Josh, not a disaster.
Doc was really looking forward to you people coming. You know how he was. He showed me all his plans for that little clinic office building of his. And then, Tuesday morning, keeled over in the barber shop. I hate to see a man die with unfinished business.
So where are we gonna live?
Who knows?
Well, I'm sorry to say it, but looks like you all made the trip for nothing. You're welcome to pull your trail into my yard tonight. Rest while you get ready to go back.
There's no going back, Mr. Jones. I lost my job when the factory closed down. We spent all of our money getting here. We'd be grateful to park our trailer in your yard if we could just afford the gas to drive it there, but we haven't got it.
Well, I got some good news for you. You don't have to worry about the gas. My house is right there, right across the street.
Mother! My suitcase, it's gone. He stole it. I know he did. That weird little boy was under the window and...
Did he say that his daddy worked for the CIA?
Yeah, he's a thief and a liar.
Now, calm down, Don.
You can't be far. Nathaniel, get yourself out here and bring that suitcase. I got some people I want you to meet. You come out. Go back to the house. I make some pancakes.
Yeah! Come on, kid. Let's go, Nathaniel. It's pancake time.
Nathaniel, come on out of there. Come on. Your brother Joe left something behind when he took off. Nathaniel, this is your Uncle Russell.
Well, welcome to the family, kid.
Lord, we thank you for this food. From thy hand, may we be fed. Give us this day our daily bread. And thank you, Lord, for Erasmus and his hospitality. Amen.
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 Nathaniel, would you like to pass the syrup? Thank you.
Mighty thoughtful of the Lord to keep you alive, Erasmus. He spared the one friend I have in this town that can cook as good as my mom did.
That's because my mama taught your mama.
So, Nathaniel, we just want you to understand from the start here that you're family. See, because your daddy's mother is my mother, too. And Dinah and Josh are your cousins.
I know what cousins are. Butter?
And your Aunt Claire and I are gonna take good care of you until we can catch up with your daddy. Did he happen to mention where he might be going?
It's secret army business. He thinks Uncle Joe's in the CIA. He is. He said you'd understand.
He did mention a secret meeting with General Fitzsimmons, as a matter of fact.
That's the one in Denver.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Well, honey bun, we got loads of postcards from your daddy over the years, but darn if any one of them mentioned you. I guess he was saving you for a surprise.
I was kind of a surprise to him, too.
Oh.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men.
And women.
And women. Deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That to secure these
The consent of the governed. Think about that for a minute. What constitutes consent?
Majority rules.
There you go.
Mom used to be a teacher. She'll probably teach you too now, until we find a school to go to. Not me. Especially you.
That company in Carolina is supposed to start mailing my severance checks here every week, care of General Delivery. That and my military disability ought to keep us going. Careful. As soon as I can cash that first check, I'm gonna pay you back.
No rush. The check's gonna have to spread pretty far, especially now that you've got an extra mouth to feed.
Well, that secret Army business. I think Joe's headed to a veterans hospital in Denver.
Well, I spent some time there myself at Fitzsimmons after the Korean War. Excuse me for saying it, but your brother's head is messed up something awful.
Well, he gets real depressed, and he'll check into a vet's hospital somewhere. And then he gets real antsy, and he hits the road again. Hardly been in one place long enough to make dinner, let alone make a baby.
Well, he did. The boy lived with his mother for 6 years. Joe said he found the boy living in a cocktail bar, waiting for the girl to get out of jail. Joe gave the girl $50, got her to sign some papers. Then he and the boy been traveling on the road for the last 3 years till they got that letter from you and he showed up here.
Joe's not a bad guy. Shoot, before I met Claire, I probably broke more noses and bar windows than he ever did. Matter of fact, last month when everybody got laid off, I put a chair through the door of the employees' lounge. Don't tell Claire.
Hey, you green boys live a while years.
Oh. Ooh.
It's a wonder either of you is alive at all.
Well, Claire says it's angels looking out for me. I say it's Claire. But Joe, he never wanted anybody looking out for him. I was kind of hoping we could all get together here. 3 years, that's about his limit. I guess it's just time for him to go crazy again.
Well, he sure did. You know, maybe it's the thought of seeing your mother that pushed him over the edge.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Erasmus said we could sleep inside.
I think we better start getting used to this.
It's going to be Donna's birthday in a couple of days.
Erasmus loaned us $100. When that check comes in, I'm gonna have to pay him back out of that.
It's her 13th for us. We got to do something.
Well, how much is it gonna take?
Well, I saw a Salvation Army on the way in, and the grocery has a half-off sign for expired goods. Say 20?
Well, I'll go check the post office first thing in the morning. Maybe I can pick up some work.
I wonder if they need a teacher here.
They barely have a school here.
Okay. So, what should we do, huh?
Well, the only reason we're here is because Mama got us a job. Guess the only thing to do is to go someplace else and find another one.
Well, we can't go back home.
I know that.
I'm sorry.
This might be a good time for one of them prayers of yours.
You could try, you know.
I don't know. Doesn't seem quite right meeting somebody for the first time with my hand out to him.
That's usually what it takes.
Check on the kids.
think of it, nobody ever writes songs about United States the beautiful. It's always America the beautiful. Land of the free and the brave. Though it's usually the free and the brave doing the singing. I appreciate your staying behind, helping me with these carrots.
Oh, it's okay. It's kind of Mom's way of keeping me here while they shop for my birthday. Shouldn't take too long. What did you mean yesterday when you said Doc Rogers died with unfinished business?
Dinah, do you believe in angels?
We must climb a great high mountain to reach God's gracious kingdom. In His word you'll find the strength if you will just believe them. You don't have to move that mountain. Just help me, Lord, to climb it. You don't have to move that stumbling block. Just show me the way around.
Evening. Claire makes up these real beautiful prayers. Mama kind of yells at you. And, I had hoped to at least be wearing breeches when you and me got serious, but, well, my wife's always saying that the Lord will meet you wherever you are. Just look where I am. I love my country. I love my family. I love hard work. I do. I'm not exaggerating. I do. And I followed all the rules. And I did my best. And it all just fell apart anyhow. And I just can't figure out what went wrong. Maybe it's some big problem with me, or maybe it is just as simple as old Doc Rogers just keeling over in the barber shop there. I don't know. But if you'll just tell me what to do now, I'll do it, sir. I will. And, wherever my brother is tonight, please, sir, take real good care of him. Appreciate talking with you.
You were right.
Yep, we found our man.
I got it all.
It's like covering.
Daddy, can we talk to you?
Sure.
Mama, too.
Yeah. Been trying to find that rattle for 2 years. Never had time before.
In the first place, this is not my idea. So I don't want you to feel obligated.
Daddy, Doc Rogers died with unfinished business.
Blaming yourself for something that is over and done with. Nobody's blaming you, Russ. Nobody's blaming you for bringing us here, for getting laid off, or counting on a job that died with Doc Rogers.
Why do I feel so bad?
Because you're wasting time and you know it. And until a moment ago, there was nothing you could do about it. But maybe there's a reason we are sitting around here in the in-between like this. If you could do something that makes a difference to somebody, why, that's never a waste of time.
That doesn't make any sense.
None of this does.
Well, I've never been to New York.
You never had a reason before. We'll be right here when you get back.
Round trip ticket to New York.
All right. Oh. Y'all take care of each other. Bye-bye.
She's Dr. Rebecca Cousins, 65th and Madison. And I thought she might like a jar of my peaches.
Well, she's gonna have to fight me for them.
Would you do me a favor?
Yes, sir.
I don't expect Rebecca will want much to do with us. But if you get a chance to actually meet her, tell her her daddy loves her.
Yes, sir. You mind if I sit about one? I got 2 sandwiches here. Can I offer you one of them?
Oh, no, but thank you. You go right ahead.
Believing in angels, but seeing none, he borrows their wings instead and walks out to meet his saving grace at the end of the road.
Dr. Fleischman, he used to be in 309.
He's in 602 now.
Oh, they should put a sign.
Yes, Mrs. Crampton.
No.
You came all the way from Chicory Creek to bring me a jar of peaches.
Nope. Got me in the front door, though. That was from your daddy, by the way. He said tell you he loves you very much.
What can I do for you, Mr. Green?
Well, Doc Rogers died last week. Before you got a chance to discuss something with you. And, well, they need a doctor down there pretty bad. And they were thinking that maybe you might be willing to come home and practice.
You're joking.
No, ma'am. Chamber of Commerce paid for the bus ticket. They're serious.
Oh, so now they think it's payback time. Why would I ever want to go back there? I broke my butt to get out of that place.
You mind if I ask why?
To get ahead.
Of who? Everybody else?
Yeah. That's kind of the point. I am living the American dream, Mr. Green.
Oh, you're living some kind of dream, all right. Those folks had a dream, too, you know. Back when they got together and sent you to college. They wanted to make the world a little better, not a little prettier.
You have no right to walk in here and insult me and my profession.
No, ma'am, I don't. I'm sure there's lots of folks better off with one of your new noses. But you? Now, your daddy's profession was pumping gas and fixing cars. He spent 30 years washing people's windshields and changing their oil, making sure they had enough steering fluid and that their brakes weren't going to go out on them. And I'll bet you he has saved a lot more lives than you ever have. No, you're not living the American dream, lady. Your daddy did. Because he made a difference. Right now, all I see you making is money.
Okay, you have to be there.
I didn't take the trip. I just lost the ticket. I had it in my back pocket. I had it just before I walked into that elevator.
It's gone, pal. You don't put nothing in your back pocket in this city. I'm sorry. No ticket, no seat.
I've got $19 and I can pay you the rest of it just as soon as I get there.
That $19, that'll get you about as far as Henson on this bus. You can take it or leave it.
Where you heading?
I'm trying to get back to my family in Chicory Creek. But I just had enough to get to Henson.
You were going home and they wouldn't give you credit till you got there? That's a shame. Strangers used to help each other out.
Not anymore. Doesn't pay to try to help anybody anymore.
Bad day in America, huh?
I'm sick of hearing about America. No America anymore for people like us. It's just the United States of greedy people trying to get richer quicker than the next guy, and they'll step right over your dead body to get there. Just one great big get-out-of-my-way highway. And man, if you are too stupid not to cheat and steal to get ahead, then you deserve what you get. I tell you, if I had the money, I'd move my family to some little island or some place. I'd leave this country like that.
Like that, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
No looking back?
No.
Well, I suppose you could pack up and say so long to the United States, but still, you take America with you wherever you go. You want to leave America behind because you think it's left you behind. You want to see what America really is? Hello? Excuse me. Hello? This young man is trying to get home to his family, and he's only got enough money to take him part of the way. Now, he's a good man. He's not going to spend this money on anything but a ticket to Chicory Creek. Now, does anybody have a bag or a hat or in... May I use your nice hat, sir? Thank you so much. Now, he's going to have to get off at the next town unless we all decide to do something about it. And I know I don't want to tell his babies that we left their daddy behind in Henson because we spent the money on donuts in the bus stop instead. Will you help me?
Well, she's here.
Yeah. Will you show the kind of people your mama's raised, or have you forgotten? Thank you so much. Oh, how wonderful. I appreciate this so much. He does too. Thank you. Thank you very much.
No tengo dinero. No money.
Thank you very much. Praise the Lord. God bless you. Thank you very much. Now we have $46.25. How far will that take him, Mr. Driver?
All the way home.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Now, that's what America really looks like. It's all right.
For Chicory Creek, Union City, and points west at 6 a.m.
All the way to Chicory Creek. You getting off here?
Well, it all depends on what happens in the next 5 minutes.
I just wanted to say thanks. You were an answer to a prayer.
I know, and you ought to pray more often. You pray some real good ones when you get around to it. That one in the cemetery was particularly effective. And he liked the one when you were 16, too. Well, what did you think? That they just floated up and away like balloons? God is very aware of you, Russell.
How?
Don't worry about it, honey. It's all gonna make sense to you in a second. Now, about that first prayer of yours.
I don't remember a prayer.
Oh, sure you do. Back in the 60s, the van, Route 66, looking for America. Well, it's time. The time is now. Now, you're gonna run out of gas every once in a while, and the road's gonna be a little bumpy, but God says it's time.
The old van. My God.
He is your God, and he sent me to remind you of that. You know, Russell, you've got a really good heart. But every once in a while, you put your faith in all the wrong things. God loves you. He loves your family. He loves your brother Joe. And he loves all these people whose lives you're going to touch when you get out there on the road like you've always wanted. I'm an angel, and you got about 3 minutes.
I believe you. I must be out of my mind, but I believe you. But that prayer, that was a dream I had when I was a kid. I can't take my family on something like that. Now it's
irresponsible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Short-sighted.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Immature.
Yeah, and this can't possibly be the right time.
Well, now let's see. Your children are going to be grown and gone before you know it. Your mother's not going to live forever. Your wife and kids have not had any quality time with you in 10 years. You got a nephew that thinks the CIA stole his father. You got a brother wandering around all over creation needing his family. You don't have a job to keep you in one place, and you don't have a mortgage to pay. I'd say this is exactly the right time, Mr. Green.
All aboard.
Well, I have to.
Right on time.
Check in.
Hallelujah. Sorry, Erasmus.
You did your best. She's not an easy woman. But maybe the trip did you some good.
You had no idea.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, good girl.
No, presents come first. And this is the first one. Salvation Army Special. The blouse is a present from your mama and your daddy.
And your grandma customized it.
And Erasmus contributed the buttons.
Oh, thank you. I love it.
I'm so glad.
And this is for me.
Thank you. Oh, it's beautiful. How did you pay for this?
I filled in for a box boy down at the grocery. Ow.
Oh, yuck.
Oh,
yes,
yuck.
indeed.
Right.
Happy birthday, honey. And then I said something about her coming back here sooner or later, and people with new noses going to her funeral. Poor lady, I gave it to her with both barrels. Called her a coward, too, I think.
I wish I could have been there.
So did I. You were right. I'm glad I went. Donna would have been in heaven. I must have passed 100 bookstores. Now, you know, I think some of them people were happy living there, but that doctor, I knew just as soon as I looked in her eyes she wasn't. done her a world of good to come back home. But she didn't.
Not yet. But I didn't marry you the first time you asked either.
No. That took some praying. You know, I stood right over there the other night and actually prayed for something.
I know.
Believing in angels but seeing none, he borrowed their wings instead and went out to meet his saving grace at the end of the road. And I think maybe I did meet something out there. What's the difference between the United States and America?
Well, you need to ask Dinah.
America is the best part of us. It's what's left after taxes and war and violence, and they're about made us forget who we are. It's the part that wants to keep trying to be a good neighbor. I met my neighbors on that bus last night, Claire, and I was ashamed. Because after everything that's happened, I'd forgotten how to be one myself. So I think maybe we shouldn't just sit around here waiting for them to come to us. Maybe we ought to go on out there and meet them at the end of the road, wherever that is. Yeah.
Dad has a weird look in his eye.
Bus lag.
You are so dumb and not funny.
Mother and I have been talking, and I think, well, what we want to do is buy ourselves some food, put some gas in the car, and move on.
Where?
Doesn't matter. Now, look, I can't explain all this to you right now, but something is telling me that we are not stuck here or anyplace else, and that home is wherever we are, and we can do some good wherever we go.
What do you mean, wherever? Children need roots.
We've got you, Hattie. You remind them where they've come from, and I'll work on where they're going.
Now, we'll get one of those permits for Claire to school the kids. People do that all the time, and we'll just go. We got a house right out there in that trailer.
Now, hold your horses. Darn it. Where are we going?
America. We're gonna go see America. Mama, do you remember when I was 16 years old and me and Andy Barnhouse wanted to fix up an old van and just drive across the country?
To find yourself.
And I never did it. I kept talking about it, and I wound up in the Mekong Delta. And after that, it just turned into one of those things I was always gonna do, and I never did. Mama, I got sent all over the world. And I've seen the worst it has to offer. Well, now I want to see the best. It is still a free country, thank God, and we got the right to go see it. And now I got the time and the people that I want to go see it with. And I can't explain this, but I think it's what we're supposed to do. With the amber waves of grain and the purple mountains, and Mama, what is in Alabaster City anyhow? I want to see one of those before I die.
Any chance we could stop off in Nashville?
Sure. Maybe we can leave you there.
Erasmus, would it be too much of an imposition to ask you to forward our checks?
You just tell me where.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye. Well, what about me?
Well, Nathaniel, we'd like for you to come along. As a matter of fact, I think we're gonna need you. Because we're gonna be keeping an eye out for your daddy. And I was kind of hoping you could help me with the details.
Okay.
Well, let's get this show on the road.
All right.
Erasmus, thank you for everything.
Well, we'll be right. And if you hear from Joe, would you find out where he is? Just tell him to stay put.
Will do. Something happened to you out down the road, didn't it?
I don't think I'm ready to talk about it yet, though.
No need. Just tell me, did it look like my Aunt Georgia?
Just like her. Thanks, Erasmus. For everything.
Don't you die on me, Erasmus.
I wouldn't dream of it, Hattie.
Doesn't matter where you sit, back seat, follows front seat, we're all gonna get there together, and don't ask me where that is. Get in the car, close the door.
Take care.
I'm not promising anything, Daddy. It's just that I ran out of peaches.
God bless him. You still think people can't do a little angel work every once in a while?
I think people like that could put us out of business.
Well, I wouldn't say that exactly, but I don't mind the help.
Where are they going, Tess?
It doesn't matter. God will be there when they get there.
Do you think I should take up jogging, Tess?
Jogging is just walking fast enough to be uncomfortable. Does he look like he's having fun?
Well, he's not jogging, he's running.
That's right, he's running away from something. But he might as well try to outrun his shadow.
Listen. She looks like a little angel.
And she sings like one, too. Present company accepted.
I'm not that bad, am I?
Her name is Melissa.
All right now, what's going on?
Melissa's not singing.
Why aren't you singing, Melissa?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No. Liar. I was just listening to the voices.
Now, see, Randy, she was just listening to the voices.
No, not your voices. The other voices.
What other voices?
The ones I hear in my head.
Oh, that's enough now. Quiet. You know, Melissa, I thought you wanted to sing. Until you're ready to join the group, you and your voices may go and sit in the corner. All right, children, once again. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The poor child, she's hearing voices. Can we help her?
Help is on the way, but it may be the wrong kind of help. he may just run them both into trouble. When you walk down the road, heavy burden, heavy load, I will rise and I will walk with you. I'll walk with you till the sun don't even shine. Walk with you every time. I tell you, I'll walk with you. Walk with you. Believe me, I'll walk with you.
Wednesday, I had another nightmare. It's the same one, it's always the same one. And that sound, it used to be that I only dreamed about it, but now, even during the day when it's quiet, it invades my waking thoughts as well. It's getting to the point where I'm afraid to go to sleep, and I'm afraid to wake up.
I'm sorry, I tried to knock, but,
Yes?
I'm Monica. The university sent me.
The graduate assistant. But they told me I couldn't have one this year.
Well, maybe somebody finally realized how much you need one.
Adam Latowski. I hope you like children.
Oh, yes, I love them. Little ones and grown-up ones. Does this one belong to you?
That's Katie. I took that last year, up at our cabin, or my cabin. Katie's mom and I aren't together anymore.
I'm sorry to hear it.
I'm sorry to say it, but we all have to learn to move on. And that sounds like my 10 o'clock. I hope you're ready to work. Monica? Mrs. Houghton.
Oh, yes, Dr. Latowski.
This is my associate, Monica.
Nice to meet you.
And you. And you.
This is Benjamin. This is Melissa.
Hello, Melissa.
Hi.
I bet you're wondering why you have to come and see a doctor. And you don't even feel sick, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm a different kind of doctor. I can help you feel better about things like your friends or problems you might be having in school, stuff like that.
But I don't have any problems.
Well, the best part about coming to visit me is the playroom down the hall. Monica.
There's some pretty fun toys in here, don't you think?
Yeah. What are these for?
Hey, those are my toys.
Andrew, what brings you here?
I'm still waiting for orders. But in the meantime, the doctor needs a painter, and apparently you need some backup.
I do?
So I'm told. Melissa, right?
Yeah.
Andrew. Now, Dr. Latowski thinks this wall here is really boring, so he wants me to paint something on it. But I don't know. Do you have any ideas?
Something to make him relax. He seems kind of nervous.
So a relaxing picture.
Yeah.
Okay, let me think about that.
Who is singing to her? Are these the voices of people that she knows, or are they characters from a book?
She won't tell me.
Well, Melissa is 7 years old. Her father is gone a lot on business. She has been the complete center of her mother's world. And then suddenly, a new baby arrives.
crying, demanding, and getting everything that he wants. Melissa now has to compete for your attention, so she pretends that she's hearing voices. She can't describe them because she doesn't hear them. But she knows that even talking about them is unusual enough to get your attention. So she does, and it works. Here you are.
So that's all this is?
Well, I wouldn't underestimate sibling rivalry. I mean, in some cases, it can even pose a threat to the baby if the older sibling is angry enough.
Melissa keeps asking if she can be alone with Benjamin.
Absolutely not. Let me meet with her and see what I can determine. But in the meantime, do not leave Melissa alone with the baby. Hi, Andrew.
Hi.
Melissa, are you having fun in here without me?
Yeah.
Can I play too?
We weren't really playing. We were just talking.
Oh, you were?
Well, Melissa has some ideas for Andrew for the wall.
Well, that's very good. Well, let's go with that.
Great. Okay. Well, I have some paint to mix, so I'll be back in about an hour.
Thanks. I can take it from here.
See you later, Melissa.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So, now, if you could paint anything on that wall, what would it be?
Is it my wall or your wall?
Pretend it's your wall at home in your room. What would it look like?
It would have shelves on it.
Okay. What would be on the shelves?
My dolls.
Oh, you have a lot of dolls?
Yeah, about 100.
Oh. Do they ever talk to you? Or sing to you? Whose voice do you hear when you hear voices? Do you think maybe that it's pretend voices that you hear?
No, they're not pretend. It's real.
Nobody will be angry with you if you tell the truth, Melissa.
I am telling the truth. Is that why I'm in trouble? Because of the voices?
No, you're not in any trouble. We're just here to talk.
Don't you ever hear stuff nobody else can?
No! No.
Yes, dear.
Where's Mrs. Pulliam?
Mrs. Pulliam has been promoted to music librarian for the entire school system. It's a very important job, and I'm sure we're all very happy for her. I know she is. And now you have me until your principal is able to find a permanent replacement. Yes, dear.
When Mrs. Pulliam left,
Yes?
did she remember to tell you that Melissa's weird?
I do not accept the word weird as a description for anyone in this class. However, if anyone would like to be described as one who stays after school and cleans the erasers, please identify yourselves now. Uh-huh. All right. Let's do our warm-up. I want to hear the me. Me, 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 me. Just when is this little concert of yours?
In 2 weeks.
That figures. Okay, try it one more time. The me, the me. Me, 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 me.
Wait right here, kid. All right, come on.
Looks like a nap time for you. Come on.
What are you looking for here?
Here we go.
A key.
You lay down there.
A
code word, something she might say or do
Yeah.
to help me talk my way into her world. You know she's pretending to hear voices. It might help if we knew who she pretends those voices are.
But what if she's not pretending? What if she really hears voices?
Then we have a serious problem.
I was wondering if it would be worthwhile observing Melissa interacting with her brother.
And putting her together with the source of her anger isn't the answer.
But she talks to her dolls. Maybe she'd talk to a real one.
They've never left me alone with you before. But I'm glad. We've got lots to talk about. I don't remember being a baby.
Oh, here we go.
Cereal makes crackle sounds, and it talks to you.
This is a waste of time.
I wish you could talk to me. Because I'm starting to forget.
Forget what?
That's the hard part about growing up. They go away. Nobody else in class even hears them anymore.
Oh my God.
That's the only thing I remember about being a baby, Benjamin. And that's what you've got to try and hold on to. Even though you're getting bigger, you have to keep listening, or they go away.
Who?
Sometimes I think I'm the only one who can hear them. But you hear the angels, don't you, Benjamin? Because you're still just a baby.
She didn't just say angels.
Of course.
Of course what?
She hears angels.
Well, she won't when we're finished treating her.
Hold on there. Let's take a breather. I'm Clara. Sit for a minute. It's kind of late for a young lady to be out, isn't it?
I came to see the angels.
You think there are angels here?
Sometimes I can hear them, and this is the tallest place I know, so I figured maybe this is where they sleep.
Don't you know? Angels are there to be awake while you're sleeping.
Sometimes they sing to me.
You hear the angels? That's very unusual.
That's what everybody says. I guess people aren't supposed to hear angels.
No, it's just that it's unusual for someone your age to still hear them. But you hear them, though.
What do you mean?
Well, there are a lot of noisy sounds in the world, and the older you get, the more noise you hear. You know, grown-up sounds like school bells, telephone bells, televisions, radios.
And the dishwasher, it's really loud.
And the dishwasher, right. All those sounds, and kids forget about angel voices. But you haven't, have you?
That's what I told Benjamin. He's my little brother. He's almost 6 months old.
It's almost time for Benjamin to wake up and have his 2 o'clock feeding. I bet someone's going to notice that you're not in your bed.
Better be getting back.
Yes. Well, why don't I walk you back just to be safe? Hmm?
Okay. You know, you're the oldest person I've ever met. He knows about the angels.
I bet I'm the oldest person you ever met. Ever.
All right, Melissa. Tell me what you think it looks like. Just be honest.
It's an angel flying.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an angel, too. She's singing. So, why are you showing me all these pictures of angels?
Does it make you feel special to see angels?
Well, I don't usually see them. You were showing them to me.
So at school, in choir, you don't see angels?
No, I just hear them.
Well, how do you know they're angels?
I just know. You know what I mean?
I'm not sure. Tell me more.
You know how you just know something like you know there's God. You just know, right?
Do you?
Sure.
Because of the angels? Did they tell you that God exists?
Nah, everybody knows about God. Don't you?
Well, I'm interested in your ideas, Melissa.
You don't believe in God?
What would that mean to you if I didn't?
Oh, I think that would be very sad.
Melissa, would you ask your mom to come in here for a minute before you go home?
Are you going to show her the angel pictures?
Well, I'd like to tell her about them, yes.
Okay.
She seems in fine spirits today.
I realize that you're new at this. But you've got to look closer, Monica. This child is in serious trouble.
Because she hears angels? That doesn't seem like serious trouble to me.
Because she truly believes she's hearing them. Her mother informed me today that Melissa started sleepwalking.
Sleepwalking?
Yes. They got up for Benjamin's 2 o'clock feeding, and they found Melissa in the living room wearing her raincoat.
Talking about a woman named Clara.
Clara?
Thank God they found her before she walked outside.
Yes, of course. This Clara, how exactly did she describe her?
She said she was a kind grandmother with a nice, sweet voice who knew all about her angels.
You see, now that everything that she's saying is being questioned, she's making up an ally to support her lying.
Well, what if she isn't lying?
Well, of course she's lying. Or more accurately, she's delusional. I hate to say it. We may be looking at a classic case of psychosis here. Melissa might be schizophrenic.
Oh, my God.
She met Clara.
Well, then, there's our answer.
Maybe for Melissa, but not for Adam.
I wanted to believe that it was an overactive imagination.
Why do you think the beliefs of children are any less real than the beliefs of adults?
Because they are children. And it's our responsibility as adults to provide them with our guidance, our protection. I want to get Melissa started on Thorazine as soon as possible.
Isn't there another way? Medication doesn't seem like the right answer.
Monica, do I need to remind you that you're here to learn? Schedule Melissa to come in here as soon as possible.
Well, you have an opening tomorrow afternoon.
No, I don't.
I didn't see any appointments on the schedule.
It's not a patient. It's my daughter's birthday.
Do you know why we've been going to see Dr. Adam?
Because I got in trouble at school for hearing the angels.
Dr. Adam thinks that maybe... He thinks that you would feel better if we made the angels go away.
Why?
Because you're not supposed to hear things like that.
I'm sorry.
He didn't do anything wrong. A doctor thinks that you should take some medicine to help make the voices go away.
Forever?
Yeah.
I'm going to miss them.
Everything's gonna be okay.
Do you remember Van Gogh?
Mm-hmm. What about him?
Oh, seriously disturbed dude. But, whoa, could he handle inspiration? Now, there was an artist.
What is your point?
It just seems a shame. I mean, by the time they're Melissa's age, most kids, they don't hear the choir anymore. But maybe she's going to be a great musician or singer someday. Maybe this is her inspiration. Now, Tess is handling the music part of this, right? Not you.
What is wrong with my voice?
No, nothing. It just seems that if you're going to be a part of this case, then you have something to contribute besides music.
I certainly do. I just wish I knew what it was. It's funny, isn't it? How Melissa is trying so hard to keep hearing something and Adam is trying so hard to drown something out, but what is it? What is it that he can't bear to listen to?
Maybe he's just a sensitive guy. He always has those earphones on.
Well, he's going to need them today. Children's birthday parties are anything but quiet.
Oh, he's going to a birthday party. Whose?
Katie's.
Katie's?
Katie. Katie was only 7, same age as Melissa. How did it happen?
I don't know. I wasn't there. I expected to be, but then I was pulled off the case at the last minute and somebody else handled it. I'd forgotten about it until you mentioned her name.
A child psychologist whose own child is dead, huh?
There are so many kids who really need his help. And all he wants to do is silence the one little girl who doesn't.
Andrew, have you noticed something funny about these humans? When life is easy, they love everyone, everything is beautiful, and God is good. But when a human's heart gets broken, suddenly the beauty disappears. The laughter of a child brings only pain, and the faith of a child is just a fire to be put out.
How can a man with so much sorrow like that help anyone? And how many other children will he treat with his own broken heart?
Monica, I just remembered something. There wasn't an angel with Katie when she died.
Yes?
Melissa's mother just called. She started medication.
Good. Good.
May I speak with you for a moment? I think you're letting the loss of your daughter affect your judgment about Melissa's treatment.
My daughter has nothing to do with my work.
What will be left of this child if you destroy her faith?
She has faith in something that doesn't exist. Children are talked into believing in God and angels. And maybe it doesn't actually hurt them. But sometimes, when you have a child like Melissa who's truly ill, it only makes treatment harder.
I don't believe that Melissa is ill. And I don't believe that anyone talked her into believing in God. As a matter of fact, I believe that children are born with a natural faith in God, and it's adults who talk them out of their faith. Maybe Melissa's one of those remarkable children whose heart won't let go of what she knows, and whose ears can still somehow hear the voices of angels a little longer than the rest of the world.
Don't talk to me about what children can hear.
What do you think?
Get rid of the birds. I don't want birds!
Children! We only have a few days until the concert, and we have a lot of work to do. Places, please. And sopranos, I want nice, big voices today.
Hey, Melissa, wake up. Can you hear me in there? I think I'm hearing your voices, Melissa. I don't hear voices anymore. How come? Maybe I never did.
Come on, let's start our warm-up. Melissa, Randy, come on.
The possible breakthroughs. The voices seem to have abated. With continued counseling and meds, I expect that Katie will no longer be with the angel. No. That, Melissa will no longer be with the, that Melissa will show continued improvement.
I'm sorry, I tried to stop her.
My child doesn't laugh anymore, Doctor. She doesn't play, she doesn't smile.
She's adjusting to the medication. This is expected.
Her pediatrician thinks the medication might be unwarranted.
Yes, perhaps medication isn't the answer.
Monica, you're not qualified to second-guess my treatment.
She's right. The medicine is not working. You should have seen my daughter after school today. She was simply catatonic. Now, I want to take her off that medication.
It's not so simple. This is the process of finding the right dosage to keep her normal.
Normal? This is normal? And you may have taken her angels away, but you have taken her away, too.
Just give me a little more time with Katie.
Katie?
I meant Melissa. Melissa needs time.
I know it's a little Van Gogh-y, but I just felt inspired. I just saw the trees, and then the cabin just came to me. I had to paint it.
No! keeps turning up the volume, but the truth is screaming to be heard.
I was inspired, all right. You know that cabin I was painting? That's where he's going. And I'm afraid of what he's going up there to do.
I'm here at the cabin. Nothing has changed. Nothing and everything. The door was still unlocked. Of course, why would I have stopped to lock it? I just can't stand the silence.
If all you can hear is silence, then maybe you're not listening hard enough.
Experiencing auditory and visual hallucinations.
You think I'm something in your imagination. You can't begin to imagine what I am, Adam. And the sad thing is, I wish that you could, because that's why God has sent me here. It's time to start imagining how much He loves you.
Appears to be some kind of stress-induced, religious, spiritual manifestation.
I am an angel, and there's nothing you can do that will explain me away. No drug that will make me disappear. And taking your own life, it won't bring her back.
Oh, God. Oh, God. She's gone. All I heard was that sound. Oh, my God. That sound. And she was gone. Tell me what happened. What happened to Katie?
Adam, I'm not here to stop you from taking your own life. That's a decision that only you can make. But I can show you what happened to your daughter. Do you want me to?
The leaves are so pretty. I just used them to decorate the table.
Oh, are you in a marshmallow mood?
Daddy, you have to eat lunch first.
Hey, who's supposed to be the kid? This is going to be one of my super-duper fires.
Listen, birds! Daddy, wait. They're inside the fireplace.
What?
They must have built their nest up there.
Man, you have good ears. I didn't even hear that.
Daddy, you can't light the fire until they leave.
Katie, they could be up there for weeks.
So?
What about my marshmallows?
Daddy, wait right here. like little angels.
Adam, the sounds you've heard this year, the beating of wings, you can let them torment you, or you can let them bring you peace. But you've been looking for reasons instead of peace, and there will never be enough reasons to accept the death of your child. But God will always give you enough peace to live with it.
I could have stopped her. I should have been there.
No, it wasn't your fault. There's nothing you could have done. But there is something you can do now. You see, Adam, children are very precious to God. And no child ever leaves this earth without an angel alongside. God loves you, Adam. And he wants you to know that Katie is safe and happy. But there wasn't an angel with Katie when she died. There was an archangel. You see, angels like me, I work on individual cases, sort of one-on-one. But sometimes something happens, like Katie's death, where all sorts of people's lives are changed because of it, and it needs an archangel to coordinate, you might say. This one, her name was Clara.
Clara? Melissa's dream.
Melissa's friend, and the friend to all those children you couldn't give your best to since Katie died. And the truth is, most of them really need your help, and you have the skill to help them. You just lost the heart. And then there is Melissa, who only needed to be believed, and yet belief was the very thing you couldn't give her. Can you give it to her now, Adam?
So this is where you met her?
Mm-hmm. And she was standing right over there. Like that. Hi, Clara.
Hello, Melissa. Monica, nice work.
Thank you.
Katie felt no pain, Adam. At that moment, she saw only beauty. And she has seen only beauty ever since.
I bet Katie hears the angels all the time, huh?
All the time.
I stopped taking medicine, Clara,
I'm glad to hear that.
but I can't hear the angels like I used to.
Melissa, you're not always going to hear the angels, but never stop listening to them. Sometimes you'll hear them in the trees, sometimes in the crickets at dusk, and sometimes you will hear an angel in the sound of hello. So never stop listening. Never forget that you once heard them. And someday, you will hear them again.
Who knows, maybe I will too.
I'm sorry I'm late, but I had something really important to do.
I know, baby, and it's all right. Go on, get up there now.
Did anyone ever tell you? You sing like an angel.
All the time, all the time.
Tis a gift to be simple, tis a gift to be free, tis a gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, we'll be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to beg we shall.
Go ahead.
I can't.
That's not what he wants.
Clara, you know, way back when I was in the Angels Choir, my voice was...
Heavenly.
Yes. But down here, it's... Why isn't it as good here?
Because nothing is as good here as it is there. You know that. And when I'm in human form, I don't sing worth a darn either. We have gifts, Monica. Your gift is not music like Tess, and you do not have the gift of eternity that Andrew can bring. Your gift is truth. You speak it, people hear it, and it is the cause of great joy. God has seen your work, and he is pleased. Now go on and do what you want to do.
But I just sound so terrible.
So? He never said, make a beautiful noise unto the Lord. He said, make a joyful noise. All he asks is for your joy so that he may live within it. Come on. Celebrate this day with him.
Okay.
Joyful, joyful, we adore thee, God of glory, Lord of love. Hearts unfold like flowers before thee, opening to the sun above.